Good evening, everybody. How the devil are we? Welcome to episode 72 of Battle Streams in Middle-earth. I'm joined by Damien, as per usual. Should we wait and do sound checks first, Damien? Or
by all means, yeah. I've got the old YouTube screen up in front of me. I can see the chat.
Yeah. I mean, I can see myself on screen and I can see things bouncing around, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Sound bars, David. Sound bars, obviously.
Sound bars, of course. Strong.
Ah, dear.
Sounds good. We can hear you. That sounds very promising.
Welcome to a Sunday stream.
I know, you're right.
Yeah, on the God's Day, you know.
Indeed, yeah, absolutely. How are we doing? Welcome to Battle Streams in Middle-earth. This is, of course, our fortnightly stream where we take a little look through this bad boy. The DXD part work Battle Games in Middle-earth, but instead of calling it Battle Games in Middle-earth because we're clever, we changed games to
streams.
Just changed it. It's a think piece, and yeah, we basically hang out together over a weekend, every couple of weeks for a few hours, and we have a look through an issue of this, and we look through the profiles and the scenery tutorials and the painting tutorials and see what was going on in the hobby at that time. And kind of have a chat about it to roughly theme our discussions around.
Yeah.
As well as just kind of having a natter and catching up on everything else that's been going on in the previous 2 weeks, really.
What issue number is it? Is it 50?
53.
53, that's the one.
So that's what me and Steve do. Is there any way, if anyone's watching, is there any way they can get involved or anything?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're so high tech here. We just have things in place ready to go. We're like the BBC, but better. Basically, if you're on Facebook, which I think you should be, because Facebook is taking over the world, you want to get over to the Great British Hobbit League Facebook group, which is full of absolute legends. And there you will see a thread posted by myself, which went up, I think, a little bit early this evening. I think it went up about 10 to 9. That was basically because I forgot to schedule it and then remembered when I was rushing and trying to get cameras to work and things like that. You will see a thread there that says, "This is the whip thread." And if you are watching along this evening, I'm working on anything, post it in there. The theme is Hama, to do with the magazine.
Hama?
Hama, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have to be that. If you're working on something else, it's totally cool. We still want to see what you're looking at and working on, so get it posted in there. So yeah, Great British Hobbit League.
Of course, what kind of comes from that is that the point of Battle Streams in Middle-earth.
Oh, hang on.
Nice. You're gonna have to carry this one, Steve, because down here, the point of Battle Streams in Middle-earth is to Battle Streams in Middle-earth.
It's clear the faded backlog.
Clear the faded backlog. The idea was that we were kind of trying to create a YouTube channel themed around painting for fun and clearing your backlog and that sort of stuff. The idea is that every fortnight, what we really like is for you guys to just hang out with us and paint something purely for the joy of the hobby.
Yeah.
Not because you want it for a tournament or anything, but just because it'll be fun to paint it. And this week's model who came with the issue is Hama. So that means if you've got a Hama model, and there are two, there's not many options, but there are two. And if you've got one lying about in your backlog, just go and get him. Go and get him now if you haven't prepared. And some of you have prepared because we've got an awesome little community. I've already seen some primed Hamas ready to go. Go and pick up your Hamas and just clean them up. You might get some paint on him, but even if you just clean him up and you glue him and you assemble him, that's progress. And anyone working on Harbour tonight, are you in for a treat?
An absolute treat.
Oh God, I haven't prepped it. I tried a new little location here. We haven't tried this tonight either. So fingers crossed. How are we looking?
Yeah. If you drop right hand corner down about half an inch. Oh, mate, you've gone a little bit too far. That was 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, beautiful.
That loving it.
Yeah.
Is that loving life?
Yeah, it's sweet that.
Okay, in a new location tonight, actually.
Nice, I like it.
Trying to
the lighting's better, I have to say.
Is it?
Yeah.
There you go. It looks bright as well, doesn't
more
it?
Natural, more natural light.
There you go. I mean, it's all artificial light.
Yeah. More natural artificial light.
Indeed. I do feel the way I'm actually a bit of a stretch for the headphones. I do feel like in the excitement of the dice draw later tonight,
Yeah.
I might yank my laptop off the table.
It's a lot of BSIME 6s there.
Well, I know that's all they roll, but they can't.
I see. Well, I seen plenty of them yesterday.
I'm sure we'll hear about that soon.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
But this is irrelevant because you can't win these.
No.
Money can buy these, but what money can't buy is this bad boy. Oh yeah, that's a good roll.
Yeah.
It's a black Beat Battlestreams Middle Earth dice. Here's another one. Oh, there's the camera. That's weird.
Up, right.
There
you go, there, boy. Oh, look at that.
He fancies it.
He's gone back out again. But
the problem is, I'm looking at it on the camera.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it on the screen.
It's a nice thumb. It's a nice thumb knuckle. I like the thumb knuckle. There we go.
Yeah, look at that. Focus, look at that one. Beautiful. And this one only rolls 3s. Oh, it's not 5. They only roll 5s. Well, this one.
Pass courage, mate. Pass courage.
I mean, there's 12. If you ever need to roll 12 and 3 dice, they're perfect for that. But yeah, a black Battlestreams Middle Earth dice, and one of those 3 dice will be going to one of you working on a Hama tonight. How cool is that?
It's very cool.
I think it's very cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. Has that just gone? Oh, it's gone. Sorry, I was just watching on YouTube and I was like, why has that gone horribly blurry? But it's because it was focused on the dice. Yeah. And now it looks clear and crisp.
Yeah, it's clear as day, mate.
Lovely. So there we go. So yeah, you can tell us whatever you're working on tonight. But if you are working on a Hama, then you're in with a chance to win a dice. How cool is that?
It's amazing. Can I just say, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this. You look a little bit different today.
Is that right?
A little bit different, yeah.
Oh,
Has anything changed? Anything changed?
I had a haircut.
I thought it was the haircut at first. Then I thought he's clean shaven. It's I like a little bit of gruft on Damien. I don't think it's that. You look older.
I'm not my youngest actually.
You look older.
Like hair short and very.
You just look older this evening.
I'm looking younger. I would have thought.
I don't know what it is. I mean, it looks like you're trying to. It looks like you're trying to look younger. But can we just say, and I think everyone in the chat, if you could show your love, happy birthday to Damien.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to the club, mate. Welcome to the club.
Right?
No, happy birthday, dude. I hope you had a good one.
We can avoid glossing around the topic that the club is the 40s club.
It's the 40s, mate. Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I won't. Shall I say who it is? I don't know if it matters. Yeah, I will. I was chatting to, you know, Zahir Perez.
Oh, I know him well. Yeah.
He does the scenery. Yeah, I was chatting to him. There's a teaser for you. I was chatting to him quite recently, and I've only known him through Facebook. Lots of messages through Facebook over the last couple of years. But we had a Zoom call, so I'd had a call like this for about an hour with him. But I don't know him that well.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I was chatting to him, and I said, actually, he was like, I'll get you sent something by Friday or something. And I was like, oh, that's my birthday. And I said, it's a big one as well. And he was like, oh, is it the big 3-0? And I was like, no, I don't. I was like, that's a great answer. I don't know if you're brown nosing me, if you're being wretchedly sycophantic to get more work out of me. But either way, I like it and it worked. And I was like, no, mate, no, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. But the big 3-0 was 10 wretched years ago. Yeah.
Oh, you're looking good, mate. You're looking good.
Thank you, sir.
I only jest, of course. I mean, I've got 5 years on you, and it shows. So
it's only it's like any other year, isn't it? It is only a year, and what's a year? It's the whole thing's a whole social construct and all that. But and normally it doesn't bother me. But I'm not gonna lie. I do think when you tip over into a decade and your age starts with a different number, you can't help but just think,
I think you put yourself in a different category of your life.
Yeah, maybe.
You have your life broke up into these decades, I think, and you go, oh man.
Yeah. And I know there's fundamentally no difference between last Thursday, but it's like you go, God, I'm now for the next 10 years I'm in the 40s.
Apparently, it's a bit naughtier.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
I mean, I'm 5 years in, mate. It's exactly the same as it was.
Did it get naughtier?
No.
But yeah, thank you. It's been awesome. Had a great weekend. And what a way to the end of the weekend. What better way to end the weekend than hanging out with you fine pit folk.
I mean, I'm thrown off now with birthday celebrations.
Well, I know we don't normally have massive birthday celebrations, do we? Should we do? We talked about what we want them to be working on. Are we helping the cause? Are we helping the Hamas tonight?
Yes, I will be in sadness, as you know. I think I'm fighting a losing battle at the moment for.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Basically, I've been painting a army for Throne of Skulls for the last, what would you say it was?
I'd say at least 2 months, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while. 1,000 points of fiefdoms, which I'm really, really happy with. I mean, I've not put 100% in, but the time that I've had, I think it's been time well spent on the paint jobs that I've done. And I've wanted my fiefdoms army painted for so long. And Throne of Skulls, 1,000 points, perfect opportunity. Got my ticket, was one of the lucky ones, booked my hotel, started painting my army, and basically work has just been an absolute shit this year. It's just been crap. And yeah, but just due to supply problems and things not turning up when they should do. At the minute, it looks like I could literally be finished the day before Throne of Skulls, but I have zero faith in my suppliers causing me no more problems between now and then. Zero faith. So it's looking like I'm not going to go, but I'm going to carry on slogging away.
Incredibly sad.
Yeah, I'm gutted. I've kind of conceded to the fact that I'm not going. But
I hope it's not the case.
I'm going to keep slogging away and pray to all the gods that are up there that they shine down on me. But yeah, I'm just feeling a bit down about that. So it's nice. Yesterday was nice. It took my mind off it. I ran a little event yesterday, which we'll talk about later. And having a stream on a Sunday is very nice. Like Damien said, it's a nice way to round off the weekend. So yeah, that's cheered me up a little bit. But I'll still be painting fiefdoms tonight. Is
still working on it.
Is what I'm saying, because just in case things do happen, then it would be an absolute sickener if I didn't have the army ready.
Yeah,
that would be a shocker. So
it might help you getting the army ready. Also, might in some ways help you get through the work stuff. It might kind of motivate you somehow to.
It's you know what? It's not even the like the work, the schedule I've got. Like my physical being there and getting the stuff done is quite easily done. It's just having the stuff that I've ordered turn up when it should have been here. We had a load of glass came last week, and it was all the wrong depth, so it was too thin for the frames that it was going in. So I had to remake it all. So I had to put that in temporary, which again is more work, which I don't get paid for, which is just really annoying. It's just a really dire tale, which I'm not going to put a damper on the stream with and go into. So
sorry, dude.
Yeah, what are you working on? Have you got a Hama?
So I don't have. You didn't. Oh, so you're going to do some fixes. I don't have a Hama for the good reason that I've painted both Hamas.
Same.
So I have no Hamas lurking in my backlog. One of them was actually a BSIME model.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most underrated model in the range poll, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I did the rarer Hama.
The handout to the side one, is it?
Yeah, but they're all handout to the side ones, aren't they? But the slightly better handout to the side one. Yeah, not the one from the magazine essentially. And so I did him on the stream, some years ago now, I think.
Why did you not look ahead? Why did you not look ahead and think there's going to be a
I know
Hama week?
Was
there no faith that we would make it to Hama week?
I don't know what I was thinking. So you know what that means on Battle Streams Middle Earth. If I ever get to a week where I don't have the right model, what do I do?
Minas Tirith.
Yeah, I paint something from my BSIME Gondor army.
Yeah.
And so for some time now, I've known what I was going to paint on this stream, and it is this bloke.
Always a good one.
So Faramir, classic mounted Faramir, who was started on a stream. Some of you may remember picking the contrast colour for this horse months ago, and he hasn't moved any further. So I already owed Battle Streams a mounted Faramir. And so I was always going to work on him. So he was my plan for tonight. I've got too much Throne Skulls to do, so I'm working on a bunch of Grimhammers.
Oh, yeah.
well, it's very, very rare. Normally, I'm really stupid about this stuff, and it's very, very rare that I do like pause. I think I was doing it with my Dale guys when I ended up painting that Drizag and the Broodling on the Halloween stream.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a stupid decision, but I'm going to do it in the name of the stream. But I've got a lot to do for Throne of Skulls, and I was like, I've got the potential for 3 or 4 hours painting here. It's like I don't need that Faramir. So sadly, I'm on my third choice of BSIME project, not the one that's on the stream.
Sensible on it.
My BSIME gun. Well, yeah, hopefully. And so my plan is I've got 12 of these Grimhammers, and I need to get them base coated and ideally shaded by the end of the night. And what that means is I've done all their armor, so it's picking out the cloth, picking out their beards, and picking out their belts.
Easy.
And then base coating them, which is doable. But you know how we like to chatter, and we've got segments and so on and so forth. So
yeah,
that's what I'm working on. And I'm just reminding myself how absolutely gorgeous Grimhammer models are.
They are very nice models. A lot of we said this before, but a lot of the releases that came out, for the early ones, especially for the Hobbit, were really nice. I think.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful model. I'm working on the Dale plastics relatively recently as well, which are obviously the same era, and they're just so good.
Yeah,
and they're of course also it's it goes without saying, is a bit of a teaser for my Throne Skull run.
Very cool, very cool.
There'll be more teasers to come in my next next 3 hobby vlogs you're going to see from me are all going to be about Throne Skulls.
I had a couple of people questioning me yesterday about whether you will be wearing any odd attire to Throne of Skulls, and were there any clues? And I you know me, I can't keep a secret. I kept uber tight-lipped.
I've sent you stuff, haven't I?
Yeah.
I sent you to cheer you up, didn't I? Yeah.
I said I've been uber tight-lipped. I didn't give anything away. You'll be happy and proud to hear.
Oh, it's nice to know people were curious.
Yeah. I think it's become a bit of a highlight of Throne of Skulls, mate. What's Damien going to come as this year? You should shock them all one time and just turn up as Damien.
Yeah, maybe. Do you think it's where do you think it is on the scale? Is it? I feel like it's the stupidest thing I've done yet.
I don't know. I mean, I've not seen like the end product of it. So
no one has.
No,
you
haven't. So I don't know. I'll give you an honest opinion when I see the final product.
I'm very excited about it. I'm very much looking forward to it. Which is of course why it would be a dreadful shame if you can't make it.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope I can. Well, I'm trying not to think about it, but then it's all I think about when I start thinking about hobby. It's really annoying.
I always say it's that, or it's Throne of Skulls or Ardacon for me, and it's Ardacon for the kind of the social element and the playing in a massive team, and the fact you get like 3 days off rather than any one of the events, if that makes sense. Yeah. In terms of just a single event, and sort of me and my hobby, and I just like to kind of utterly go to town and just really immerse myself in it. It's Throne of Skulls every day of the week. Love it.
It's great. Right, we better move on. We better get cracking. So it's a Sunday. We started late. Like we say, it is a Sunday. It's basically a school night. So this is not going to be a 1 o'clock in the morning jobby by any stretch. More than anything, I've got to be up early, and Damien is hanging out of his.
You don't know me.
You're a lot quieter than you normally are. People
takes a little longer to recover in your 40s.
When you're 40, yeah. So we're gonna get into it, and I think one of the segments, if you're new here, you're gonna love this. It's like the best segment. It's what people tune in for. Snacks, Damien. You want snacks tonight?
Absolutely. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go, mate. You go.
Sure. So
because I don't know. Oh, there they are. Yeah.
I got some good ones, I think, tonight. So of course I have the standard BSIME tea. Can't start a stream without it. And to go with it, I had a lovely package arrive in the post from one of our patrons this week. I put it in the group chat. I'm not sure if you saw it. That on the week leading up to my birthday, just a package arrived with 2 Twinkies in it, and I was like, "And no note."
Very nice.
And I was like, "That's cool." It's presumably from one of our patrons who know my kind of, anyone watch the stream know my love of Twinkies. I was like, thank you. I put a note in the thing and thank you. Also, at the same time, I shit thee not, this was happening live. Max, Max Bolger or Max Malice, who had kindly
Max,
agreed to send me a Dwarf King.
Oh yes.
For some upcoming project. He was messaging me going, "Has he arrived yet?" And I sent him back a message going, "No." And he was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "It might have been held up by the strike. Sorry, mate." And he said something like, "I'm curious to see if the protective wrapping made it." And I was like, "I'll let you know." Meanwhile, I posted in the Patreon chat. Someone sent me 2 Twinkies. Thank you. Any ideas on this? Nothing happening in my head here. Firing the same thing. And Max replied going, "Open the Twinkies." Like in between 2 Twinkies was a Dwarf King. And I was genuinely like,
great packaging.
Yeah, but I was like, oh yeah, so I'm expecting a package from a patron, and separately to that, 2 Twinkies have turned up, probably from a patron. Didn't connect with it.
This is what happened. Like, you always laugh at me. You always, oh, he's a bit daft. He's, you know, he's a bit, you're in your 40s, mate. These things happen, mate.
Happen.
You don't connect the dots. Like, you try to connect lines and dots. Like, it doesn't work.
So I got that, and so one of this. Look what Royal Mail did to this poor Twinkie.
It's
like,
terrible.
I mean, it did its job. But yeah, so I gobbled one of them up straight away. But I kept a Twinkie for the stream. It felt like the right thing to do.
Very nice.
I've
very
got
nice.
That. But not only have I got that.
Wonder if Max knows it's my birthday on the 27th of December. A Jaffa. Not into Jaffas. I've said this before. Not into Jaffas.
Why don't you like Jaffas?
I don't know. I'm not mad on like citrusy stuff. I could eat one. Do you know what I mean? I could eat one, but it's not. If I dug my hand in a biscuit tin and I felt a Jaffa, and I felt, I don't know, a Golden Crunch. The Golden Crunch is getting eaten all day long. The Jaffa's
because of the orange.
Yeah, I think so.
This Stephen Crow.
Is it a raspberry
cherry?
One? Cherry. Oh, I'd have a go at that. I've said that before. I'd have a go. I'd have a go at that.
Found them in the cupboard. Started eating them.
I'd try that. I do like cherry.
They're nice.
Yeah,
it's like it tastes like black cherry. Really good.
I like just a hint of cherry. You don't want it to be too strong. It can be quite overpowering, cherry, but yeah, I like that.
I thought they would be good stream snacks. And I got a bottle of beer down there because I haven't drunk enough this week. Yeah. Yourself?
So obviously you got my tea. I rushed out this morning before running around like an idiot and selling tickets for some little event that I'm running. Picked up a 4-pack of Moretti. Will not be drinking 4 bottles of Moretti this evening because I've already had 2 beers and I've got to get up in the morning. So I'll have a couple of those. And then I went in B&M. Here's the thing. So I did post in the Patreon chat earlier this week. I was in, where was I? Tesco, I think it was. And they've got all their Christmas snacks out.
Yeah,
which was amazing.
Tempting, isn't it?
And they had, the turkey and stuffing flavour, like maize balls and things like that, which I got last year. And then I just seen, when you get them, the snacks that like, they're all different shapes of crisp. Like you get the long sticks, the little sort of.
What in the see-through plastic?
Yeah.
Love
so those, they're amazing. Like at parties, you do it because you think it's a bit better than putting ready salt and walkers down. Well, they had them,
garbage, but you got to buy
they had them, but they were pigs in blanket flavour.
Oh, get that!
So I thought that is a stream snack on the run up to Christmas.
That's impossible.
I am all over that. So I bought this big bag of them, and I left them next to the kettle. This was midweek, and every time I made a cup of tea, I was looking at them. And then one day I thought, I'm not going to eat that whole bag on the stream. It's a massive bag of crisps. So I may as well open it now and fill a bowl.
Pop it open.
Which is what I did. And then nailed the packet in one night.
No one saw that.
They were so
no one
good.
could have predicted that.
They were so good. Check them out. Pigs in blanket flavour. Because you taste it and you think, oh yeah, that's bacon. And you go, oh, that's like more of a herby flavour. So it's like bacon.
Probably the frazzle taste, right? Which is incredibly addictive.
Yeah, so that I had those, but ate them. So I went to B&M Bargains. Today, and picked up a white line bar. You didn't
get more.
No. I didn't have time. My day today, Damon. You do not know the day I've had. And then picked up a Lion Bar Blonde. We were given
What's
these.
the blonde?
It's like a caramelly flavour. Caramel blonde. It's got caramel flavoured chocolate. And then, whilst I was on the aisle and was just about to walk off with my fill of Lion Bars, seeing this bad boy.
Milky Bar Gold. Is that
No.
caramel?
Don't know. Creamy caramelised taste. And I couldn't not buy it.
No, absolutely.
So I am not going to eat all this.
That's not true.
That would make me ill. So what I'm probably going to do is have a couple of pieces of that and see how I feel. I've got a feeling that is going to make me feel very kind of like sickly afterwards. But yeah, Milky Bar Gold.
I think you should just eat it all.
Has anyone tried it? Let us know in the chat. If not, B&M Bargains is the place to go. B&M Bargains is like the naffest shop ever, where it has the best sweets.
I don't think there's no one in any of my like sort of local towns or circles or anything.
I think it might be a northern thing.
Maybe. I couldn't think where the nearest B&M Bargains is.
You know what they do in B&M Bargains? They do like ketchup bottle size, like ketchup bottles, but it's full of the Doritos nacho cheese. Like squirty nacho cheese.
In a ketchup-sized bottle. So ketchup-sized bottles of nacho cheese.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Okay.
What are you on, the gold stuff? How is it?
Okay. I'm gonna be honest.
No good. Oh, he's taking.
It's not as good as the thought of eating it was.
Right. Devastating.
It is very, very sweet.
Sorry.
It's not. How can I put it?
That's not hate.
It's not an unpleasant taste.
Disappointment.
It's not an unpleasant taste. It's very sweet, but for me, it's a little bit too sweet.
It's not how you want your stream to start, is it?
No.
I'm sorry.
I think I'll gift that to the kids.
A lucky patron tonight. Join the stream. One of you will win. Use hideous chocolate that he doesn't want.
With a bite out of it. It's very sweet. It's very sweet. It's very sickly. It's very sweet. It's a bit too much. I love Milky Bar chocolate. That's a bit too much.
And it sounds like tonight the Milky Bars are on you.
They are definitely on me. I mean, look at the size of it next to my head.
That's quite a lot of Milky.
It's a big one.
You it just occurred to me. That's the end of your streams, right?
That's the end of my stream snacks. Yeah.
It just occurred to me that you did mention in the lead up to Christmas and kind of Christmas snacks and all that. Would it be worth laying out our little
itinerary?
Yeah, our little plan for the rest of the year.
Yes.
It's good to do that near the start of the stream.
Yeah. So the reason we were late is because we were having a board meeting, and it was basically about the next stream that we're going to be doing. So we basically think there's going to be 2 streams, don't we, Damien? Before Christmas. So yeah. we will have a. Are we saying what it is for?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah. So we will have a 2 Towers stream to celebrate 20 years. Is it 20 years? 25 hours.
20 years of the 2 Towers, and so we'll look at this. We did this for Fellowship of the Ring last year.
It was a lot
we'll
of fun.
Be going through. That'll be our theme.
Yeah.
And that will be our next stream.
Yes.
Okay? So the next stream is this bad boy.
2 Towers celebration.
And so that means for you to plan ahead, it will be any model that was released in the red packaging.
Yeah.
And also, I've been one of the fun things I did on my birthday. Actually, I dug a small white dwarf and I went off to a cafe. It was very nice. I went through their kind of release list, and I think, can I do it here? Not sure where the white dwarfs are. I might be able to run that through at the end to go through exactly what it is, but there's a lot. But I'm making a call because 2002 is split. No, 2003, sorry, is split into 2 halves for their releases. The first half is all their 2 Towers stuff, and the second half they do their first ever supplement, which is Shadow and Flame. And I'm going to say no to anything from Shadow and Flame.
Yeah.
So it's none of the dwarf stuff and none of Bombadil and all that,
I agree.
even though it came out in that year.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's just the models
For that
released for the two towers.
Yeah.
Part of it, not the models released for Shadowflame, because in the future.
First start set I bought 2 towers.
Well, save it for the next stream.
Yeah,
that's perfect. That's perfect because I didn't get this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, just save it for the next stream. Stupid. But yeah, so those are the models. So there's tons of them, but you're in all the Rohan plastics, all the Uruk-hai plastics, the siege equipment, Heroes of Helm's Deep stuff. You can ask us now, and I'll see if I can remember off the top of my head what's in it. But it's basically anything released from November. Would you believe it? November 2002.
Yeah.
So just the month and a half before the film came out, and then up to about June 2003. Okay. That's the release schedule, and it'll be any of those models next time. We'll get you into the draw, and we'll have a good kind of nostalgic chat about the two towers in the next stream.
Great box set.
Which we're hoping will be in about 2 weeks' time, but we don't have a date for you yet.
Yeah, we will confirm. I think it's more on me than Damien. It's just my schedule at the minute, so we will confirm. Obviously, then in between that one, I think, and the Christmas one, Easter on the Skull. So that weekend is out. So I'll either be really loving life, having a few beers, rolling dice, living my best life, or I'll be miserable in the rain working. So yes. So the Christmas stream, again, we spoke about this. We do think there's a fair chance the Christmas stream, the celebration of Christmas, could be a midweek stream. Could be a weekday stream, just simply because apart from work, my schedule to do with the lead up to Christmas and family things, works, nights out.
It's just hard to tie down those precious Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah, we 100% are going to do a Christmas stream because I would not let Christmas pass and us not do one. I think we both feel the same on that. So we will be having a celebratory Christmas stream.
So that's likely to be mid-December, sometime.
Yeah. And that is like, we want mince pies, even though I don't eat them. Yeah. We want Christmas jumpers, Christmas hats, Christmas crackers.
And the theme for that one will be Christmas models, like it always is. Like anything you can kind of convince us is Christmassy or whatever.
Basically, anything you can put a green stuff Christmas hat on, you're in.
Yeah. Mary's, Bombadil's painted like Santa, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And that'll be our Christmas stream. That will be the last stream of the year.
Yep. And then are we jumping onto?
Yeah, I think we should because we will get to this issue this time.
It could give people a kick up the bum if they are behind.
It's important. Our next issue is this cool one. I haven't read it yet, but I really think it's a good one. I remember flicking through it, thinking it's cool stuff, right? And this one comes with scenery.
Awesome. Still a great kit, that. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, they're good. I painted them up when I did the Amon Hen. I painted up a new set in the same thing, and they are good. We used them in SBG 12 with scattering. They were good. Yeah. So that's the issue that comes with terrain. Now, Steve.
Yes.
Do you remember anything we said about what we'd do when we got to the issue that comes with terrain?
Yeah, we had loads of empty promises and things like that.
They're not empty promises yet.
Basically, for anyone who is a regular, will remember if they think back. We were sent a package, and it was, funnily enough, that had Twinkies in it as well. We were sent a package from Joel Kelly from the States, which had loads of cool stuff in it, loads of treats, meat rubs, you name it, was in there. And he sent a load of models, which was hugely kind of him to do so. And we were hugely appreciative of him sending those. But the models that were sent, we both already have. And we thought rather than, keep them, put them in a drawer or a box somewhere and them stay there for the next 20 years, we'll do a little bit of a BSIME giveaway. So we came up with this idea of putting those and some other things which we'll add to it to make it like a really fun BSIME themed prize. And to enter to win that prize, we ran a terrain competition. And in the terrain competition, you had to build some terrain which is from any of the issues from Battle Games in Middle-earth. So it's not just build like the terrain that you want to build, it has to be BSIME or Battle Games in Middle-earth terrain from one of the issues, tutorials, and you send us a picture of it, and you will be entered into a draw which we will do on the first stream back in the new year.
Yeah, assuming it is. So I think by the Christmas stream, we'll confirm whether. I'll have to look at what we normally do, because we normally do like a birthday stream or something, but I'm not sure if that's a special.
Can we do the stream for my birthday? 27th of December.
Oh, we can do one. We'll do it on New Year's Eve. Get everyone in. But yeah, we'll confirm whether it's the first stream of the year or the second stream of the year, basically.
Yeah.
But it will be what the reason we wanted to say it is to remind everyone of that competition. That is not something we've forgotten. But I think it was Joe Holzman who came up with the idea of closing it on that scenery theme, which on that scenery stream, which was really, really great. And so what we're just basically asking you to do is remember that it's open and just get working on a piece of scenery. And this is something that you have to kind of build and make and have a photo of.
Yeah.
And I guess what we'll do, we'll probably have a special whip thread that week or something, where we ask people to submit their completed scenery entries or something like that.
Yeah.
And anyone who does that will be in with a chance of winning, like genuinely a box that probably contains, I don't know, don't hold me to this, but 50 to 100 quid's worth of stuff is something like that.
Yeah, it'll have decent stuff in it. Yeah. There's also something that's just popped into my head, Damien.
Oh.
And I don't know if I should tell you not live, or not tell you, remind you not live. So I'll text it. So we do a live secret text.
Oh yeah, live secret
let's do a live secret text.
That's absolutely not infuriating content.
It's just popped into my head.
And what I have to approve whether or not we can say this live. How exciting.
Because this is the thing. This could be the cat amongst the pigeons, let me tell you. Here we go. Because I think this is good.
Oh, it's not that text.
It could tie in.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know why. That's not secret. Yeah, that's a really good point.
I forgot all about it.
You can say that. Go on. I don't know.
So we are due a new box starter set, which we obviously will want to celebrate. So could we tie that in with the Christmas stream? I mean,
yeah. Well, maybe because the Christmas stream won't have an issue.
No.
So it's whether or not, and it is, the box is meant to be out pre-Christmas, right?
I think it's second week of December it was due, isn't it?
So who knows? Maybe we'll have to see when it falls to see whether people would have it so that they could paint the new models from it if they wanted. Or that's exactly the sort of thing that might get carried over to be the first stream in January. Yeah. Which would mean the Ruins one is the second stream in January, essentially. But yeah, that's a good point. I think we'd want to mark the launch of a new edition with a special, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I don't think we'd want to let that pass and not actually do something for it.
No.
Rather than just go, oh yeah, there's a new box out. Yay.
Yeah, absolutely. That's quite exciting because it is. I'm sure I didn't realise it was second week of December, so it's some way off still. But I know they said pre-Christmas, and I've ordered mine, so it's just like any day, I suppose. It could turn up.
Didn't they give it? I'm pretty sure they gave a release date. No, I thought it was December.
Possibly, I honestly can't remember.
I might be wrong. I had in my head it was like first or second week of December, but I could be wrong.
Exciting times.
It's been known.
There you go. There's our what do they call it? What do they call it when they do it on the MCU? Is it what's it, like a footprint? It's not a footprint. Was it a foot plan? Or there's a term they use when they lay the groundwork for the next.
Oh, you mean when they do like the screens with the dates?
GW do it as well when they say, like, they do it for 40K and say here's the next 4 codexes. What's the word for that?
I don't know. I'm not going to scroll down the chat, but I know Holzman is screaming.
Yeah, someone's gonna. I might just have live chat, kind of live on it, and someone's gonna.
Yeah.
It's something like a floor or a foot plan or print.
Footprint.
Roadmap. Jill's got it.
Roadmap.
There you go, roadmap.
It's something with a foot in it. Roadmap. Welcome to your 40s.
Good one, Jill. Thanks for that. There you go. Roadmap.
Roadmap. It's definitely got a foot in it. It's definitely got a foot in it. There's a foot and a clear gummy teddy in there. I think I better jump in the chat and see who's in, mate. We're 45 minutes in. We've not even said hello to people yet.
Lovely stuff.
So you're painting, so I'll do that. Live chat. Let's have a look. Mr. Macklin is in. Good evening, Thomas. Miss you, mate. Andrew Pennington is in.
I don't miss him because I saw him.
I miss him. Can't beat stream night when you have the next day off work, says Andrew Pennington. You chammy get. Joe Holzman is in. He says, good evening, everyone. Dublay's in. He's took a break out from the Christmas album.
You must be recording now.
Sure. Frederick City says, hello there. If either Steve or Damien isn't dressed as MC Hammer, I will be disappointed, says Dublay. MC Hammer.
Hama stream, mate. Come on. Yourself.
That's because he's used to messing around with words with all his songwriting and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it.
I've got quite a loose pant on, so I'm close.
Let's see how many minutes it takes them this time. 6 minutes late, says Frederick. What's your guess, BSIME people, says Frederick. Even though my guess is 21:05, says Old School Chris. Very kind of you, Old School Chris. Dublé says 4.73. Jill says, good evening all. How you doing, Jill? Jill, I've still got your Rohan. Ashley Fisher says, good evening, everyone. I see gambling in a Hama is sold out on GW. Well done, team. That sounds freaking awesome.
We used to do that in the early streets, didn't we? There was definitely a correlation where things did get sold out.
Mr. Haskell is in. How you doing, Michael? Says good evening, one and all.
As I live and breathe.
Remco, evening lads. Hope you're doing well. We are. Hope you're doing well, Remco. Callum is in. He says evening all. Jakey is in. Evening all. How you doing, Jakey? Frederick Schultz. Will we get a deep dive this stream? Is there any hope? Dale says good evening. Frederick also says
you will get a deep dive in the stream, but it's just not very deep.
You'll get a dive. Speaking of hope, it's like Bruno, isn't it? Speaking of hope, do people think Haleth should be allowed this stream as he's essentially 50% of Hama? Hell no. Carl Daly says currently in the car coming back with stream snacks that include Galaxy, Monster, Pringles, and Haribos. That sounds like a party right there. Although I would not drink Monster. That is crazy stuff to drink. Frederick says to Carl, Annie Claire gummy bears in there, and Katie says hello all. How you doing, Katie? Sam Page says same old B. I think you mean same old B-side. I'm always waiting. Hey everyone. Green Tree says hello all. Have I missed it? You haven't, Mark. You were nice and early. And Frederick says to Mark, yes, it was the greatest stream ever. Lasted 4 minutes. R.I.P. B-side. Never. Mr. Clarkson, he says evening all. Hate to not be on time, but no harm on theme. I think theme. Sorry, yeah. I've got my glasses on now. I've got no excuses. No Hama tonight for me. It's like my scouring army, Kingdom of Moria. Very cool, very cool.
We didn't actually say this. We normally discuss it. Do you think maybe we've been too disrespectful to him? Do you think Hama could break the record?
No.
Oh.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near?
Nowhere near.
You think so? I think everyone's got him tucked away somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't think they want to paint him.
Yeah, that's exactly the point of the stream, where they want to pay him or not. They damn well should.
I know.
Morgan, they win safe for at least 1 week.
Yeah, easy. Morgan Morris says, evening all. Missed the last few streams. Good to be back. It's good to have you back, Morgan. I hope you're well. And Frederick says to Green Tree, you won't believe what happened. Steve found his Gollum mask. Damien cleared his backlog, etc. Stephen Ryan says, evening all. Hope you are all well.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, Mr. Joe Achille is in. He says, hello from the States. Hope everyone is doing well and ready to stream. We are, my friend.
I was just going to say, I'm not going to say this one way or the other, but I was kind of going to relay sometimes when bad things happen in countries, we sort of say to our patrons internationally, hope you're all right. Mm-hmm. And I was going to express my views on what's just happened in the US elections, but I realised that I don't know Joe's politics. So I won't say congratulations or commiserations based on how it happened, but I hope it's the result you wanted, Joe.
Yes. Frederick says, oh, wow, we are live. Wow. Sounds good, says Green Tree. Can hear you. Sound is good. Both work. Middle Earth Gaming says, sounds good. Sound and video, says Frederick. Old School Chris says, I will claim the win on guest time. My PC clock says 21:05. Warwick Griggs, evening all. Been ages since I've been seen a live stream, so really looking forward to this. Nearly had to miss it as my boy's been horrifically sick all day, but it seems safe now. Hope you're all well. Well, I hope he's feeling a little bit better, Warwick, and it's great to have you back. Yeah, I hope it sucks when your kiddies are poorly. I feel your pain, mate. Middle Earth Gaming says, good day, everyone. And good day, Middle Earth Gaming.
Hello.
Joe Hosman says, sounds like Steve's watching Sexy Boys and Girls. Always, Joe, always. You know the dance. I'll say good evening, even though it's morning here in Oz. Stick to your guns, mate. Say good morning. Say good morning. We enjoy having people from all over the world here. So yeah, good morning. Joe said, oh no, I've done that one. Max Malice is in and says, evening all. Matthew Allen is in and he says, hello to you both. Hope you are both well. Thank you again for the event yesterday, Steve. Really enjoyed it. Me too, Matthew. And it was great to catch up and bend your ear about some other things as well as gaming. So yeah, great to have you in. Middle Earth Gaming says, Middle Earth Gaming, who are you? We're talking to each other like we know each other, but I don't know you obviously off Middle Earth Gaming. Who is it?
And I believe, if I'm right, let me just check. I think Middle Earth Gaming has, I want to say, started commenting on my hobby vlogs, saying that there'd been a bit of a lurker or something. I might be getting that wrong.
You are a bit of a lurker, mate. Yeah.
I thought there was a comment
bins.
this week on one of the hobby vlogs saying that they were enjoying the content or something like that from Middle Earth Gaming.
That's good. Let us know who you are. He has a day off, so he can finally watch one live for once, which is awesome. Todd Egbert's in. He says, I just got home from work for the stream. Good man. Wow, a BSIME 6, says Frederick. Excuse me, I just need to clear my throat. Very dry. I've got the heater on in here because this is the man cave. It's a garage, basically, and it's freezing in Manchester at the moment.
You can afford heating. Someone's doing
well. Can't go Waitrose now, though. It's heating or Waitrose.
I was in Waitrose at the weekend. On my birthday, I was like,
did you pick up those cakes that I told you to pick up?
No, do you know what?
Damn it!
The little fairy cakes.
Yes, in silver cups.
Do you know what's really weird? Not only did I not pick them up, I saw them.
Oh,
Damien! I didn't even make the connection.
They would have been an absolute belter of a birthday treat for you. Next time, mate. Next time.
I was furious though. They didn't have any Port Roulette, which is the thing I go to Waitrose for.
Yeah.
It's like when
everyone's suffering from supply problems, mate. It's not just me. I'm telling you.
She said she checked her little whizzy machine and they're due in tonight. I was like, do you think that helps?
Yeah.
Is that just? Do you think that's better than
what you should have done?
In a week?
What you should have done is ripped a bandage off your arm, showing an open wound, and said, "Have you got any salt for that?" Thanks.
I don't care which of the days that I'm not in your shop that you get the restock. It makes no difference to me. Today is the only day that matters.
Closest to a 6 you'll ever get, says Frederick. Middle Earth Gaming says, I mean, you knocked a die to a 3, so close enough. And Katie says, looking forward to getting some purple BSIME dice. I love the way they look. They are awesome.
Yeah, you're on awesome. Sorry, Katie, you're on the spreadsheet. I've got about 10 sets to send out. I will make sure I'll get them out this side of Christmas. So good man. Someone asked me, sent me a message actually about Patreon dice, so that answers the question. Yeah, I'm
if you're watching, there you go.
I'm relatively up to date with the black ones, but I've got about 10 Patreon ones to send out.
You need to send me that spreadsheet still, don't you, as well?
Oh god, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
there's no time in the world, is there?
No. Sam Page is in. Met up with Sam, first time seeing him for a few weeks. Always a pleasure. He came down to the event, which I'll talk about in a bit. He says, "Happy birthday, Damien."
Thank you, sir.
I think we're going to get a lot of happy birthdays.
Oh,
as you should, mate. As you should. Matt Hudson says, "Evening all. Just made also happy birthday, Damien. I suppose. Yep. Ooh, touch it. Welcome, Matt. Happy birthday, Mr. O'Brien. Says Frederick. Congrats on being old. Nice. Thanks. Happy birthday, says Joe Achille. Does this mean that Steve needs to sing to Damien? Hell to the no. Nice. Hell to the no.
I appreciate that, mate.
Jakey says, does this mean Damien has to sing for himself? That's a better idea. And Matt says, officially a decade ahead of me now.
Now?
They're cutting you deep.
It must be like, surely I was a decade ahead of you last week.
Basically, what he's saying is you aged and he stayed still. So Middle of Gaming says happy birthday. Mark says happy birthday. Someone sing a creepy version of happy birthday. That's him. Surely Steve is singing new. Katie says happy birthday. Matt Hudson says, or have I missed it? Yeah, you missed it. I sang it pre-stream. That's why we were late.
He was doing it.
Steve Singh, Middle Earth Gaming shouts. Scott Newman, many happy returns, sir. Mr. Ian Whitehouse, happy birthday, Damo. Warm wishes. Remco says, congrats, man. Cardaly says to Frederick, no, I've gone for Tang Plastics. Good choice. Wish I had a big tub of gold bears. Gary George says, "Good morning, gentlemen, and happiest of birthdays, young Master Damien." Gary George sounds like an absolute legend. That's all I'm going to say. It's great to have you in, my friend. Jamie says, that is Jamie of the Wiggins clan. Evening all. Nathan T says it's Hama time, but not for me. I'm afraid. Have fun all. Happy second 39th birthday, Damien.
You know what Mum and Dad got me?
Well,
I haven't got it here. I took a photo of it. I'll see if I can show it to you. A wrapping paper. Oh. Let's see if I can find. There you go. So this was the.
You're on Wi-Fi again, aren't you? It's never learns.
Yeah.
Never learns.
That was the wrapping paper.
Ah, yes.
39
4/4.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
Solid paper there from the Auburn parents. Very nice, very nice. Joe Holzman, I'm working on a mounted Hama converted from Wargatok gambling. Might be the most pointless conversion I've ever done. Never going to use it in game and don't think it's even needed for a scenario.
Perfect B-side.
Perfect.
And you're absolutely right about both of those facts.
Hajinda's in. Welcome, Hajinda. Says, just popped in to say hello. Sadly, I can't stay. I have got an early start tomorrow. Happy birthday, Damien. Have a good stream. Thanks, Hajinda. But it's a terrible excuse as I have a very early start also. But the sentiment is appreciated. BSIME Gondorama says Frederick there called it. Kieran Townsend says, evening guys, happy birthday Damien. Tuning in for the first time live. Well, welcome Kieran.
I believe Kieran is our latest patron.
Well, he's a legend then, isn't he? He's an absolute legend.
Well, lovely patron.
Mark says, just set my alarm for 4:30 a.m. So unfortunately can't stay for long tonight. Just saying that out loud stings, mate.
That's disgusting.
Yusuf is in. Hey everyone, hope you had a good birthday, Damien. I'm hoping to get my army of the dead complete tonight. A potential army I'm taking to Scouring. Good man. And it was Yusuf who was asking for the about the patron dice. So Yusuf, I hope Damien answered your question. He will get to it. And did you say pre-Christmas? Is that what you said? Pre-Christmas?
Yeah, definitely pre-Christmas.
He said definitely, guys. He said definitely.
I'll make sure they're out pre-Christmas so that people have them for their joyous Christmas.
And you're not allowed to open them until Christmas morning. Jolsman says, so you could pause Throne of Skulls work for Battle Screams in Middle-earth, but not Hama Week. I suppose you could say it's not Hama time. It definitely isn't. Definitely isn't. Old School Chris says, Damien turning up as a famous B-Sign presenter. That would be a great costume. Why don't you go as me one year?
What would that, there you go.
I don't know.
I won't just ask you, I'll ask the patrons. What would that involve? What would that outfit be?
It would be legendary.
I'd need a load of excuses. I'd need...
It's so fucking shit.
I'd need a baseball cap.
I haven't got a baseball cap.
Yeah, but I think
got a few.
People would get it, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few.
T-shirts.
Really?
I'm just looking. Yeah, why are you in flannel tonight?
I've been out for afternoon tea, haven't I, mate? I've got a shirt on.
It'd be a T-shirt with a logo for something else you do. So it would be like a logo for an event that wasn't Throne of Skulls.
Or an apron.
And whitey tighties, I reckon.
Oh yes. Keep everything compact.
Well supported. See, I'm nailing it, right?
Yeah, smashed it, mate.
And a pair of glasses on my head.
With a T-shirt saying "Where are my glasses?" Someone brought that up yesterday, actually. So they found it hilarious.
Good time.
And he said he was showing people. I think it was. I can't remember if it was Kyle or Matthew was telling me, and they said that like, they were showing people in work who like not even nerds were like looking at him strange.
I think I've never actually. I don't think I constantly think this whenever someone links to it or I see it. That there's a bit in that clip that's in the Living on a Stream video where when you're laughing and all that.
Yeah.
There's a point where you if you imagine the camera's there, you do this, you go, and you come back. You have never ever looked happier. I promise. It's the moment of absolute jubilation in your eyes. And it makes my heart sore every time I see it because it's the happiest I've ever seen you. And it's just
I found my glasses. I thought they were gone, mate. I thought they'd gone into the abyss. So I was happy.
It's a glorious moment.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's like when Smeagol gets the ring back.
Oh dear. Larry says, good to see you. 40 years old. Who would believe it? You haven't aged a day. Is Steve not wearing merch for one of his other channels today? No. I've just started a flannel shirt YouTube channel. Carl says, I don't think Damien turning up as something or anything could be as controversial as his Witch King outfit. Ooh. Jolesman says, don't worry to Larry. He'll go for a wee later and put a TTG title card up. That's on my what's it called? Zoom. We're not on Zoom. We're a bit more. We've come on from Zoom. Josh Coles is in, and he says, "Good evening, guys. Happy birthday, Damien. So glad you guys are live. Getting closer to finishing some Forge World Galathrim Court guard, which I've been working through all day. Good stuff. Good stuff." Max Mallow says, "Can't really post a Dwarf King tape between two bottles of Moretti though, can I? Stay? You could have a go, mate. You could have a go." And Mark Greentree says, "You let me down here, Mark. Of all the marks that I know, you're always up there. This is not your reputation.
Top 7 mark.
This is not his reputation in my house." He says, "What is a golden crunch?"
Steve, I didn't want to say this at the time.
Do you not? Please don't tell me you don't know what golden crunch is.
I'm not sure I know what a golden crunch is.
Oh, for God's sake!
I might do when you say what it is, but I wouldn't. If someone said to me, "Can you go and get me a golden crunch?" I'd smile and wander out to the kitchen and go,
Shall I, for the sake of the stream and a little bit of content later when we're drying up a little bit, shall I leave it to the chat to let
love
people
it?
know what a
Yeah.
golden
Let's find
crunch
out.
is?
Do people know what?
So people who are in the know with their biscuits,
maybe everyone should vote. So it's not just if you know. Vote. You should now say. Make sure when we get to it, we just won't know why people are saying yes or no. So say no crunch if you don't know what a crunch is.
No.
Yes crunch.
Here's even better.
Better than that.
If you well, no, actually, yeah, do yours because they might not make sense to people.
Was that even better than that? So that was pretty good.
Yeah. Dear me. Larry Miller says, "Add question: why a cake for tax purposes? Was it in a biscuit tin?"
Presumably that's the Jaffa cake, is it?
That is true. See, Larry knows what a golden crunch is. Larry knows. That comment tells me he knows what a biscuit. He said biscuit. He said biscuit. He knows exactly what a golden crunch is. I had a bag of pigs in blankets flavour crisps from Co-op last week and a bag of roast potato flavour ones too. Correction.
Is that Larry?
No, Joe. Correction. Ultimate roast potatoes. Now, I'm going to have to visit Co-op now, Joe. Thanks for that. Matt Hudson says, Lancashire crisps do one, and they're amazing. I don't know how localised they are. Admittedly, they sound local. What makes them ultimate? What makes them local? What makes them ultimate, should I say, compared to normal roasties, Joe?
Can you get them in Yorkshire?
This is the thing. Well, I'm in Cheshire, so I don't know. Lancashire crisps. Let me Google Lancashire crisps, see if the packet makes any sense to me. I don't know if I know Lancashire crisps.
You're new here. This is as good as it gets.
Let's have a look. Crisps. Enter. I have never seen a packet of Lancashire crisps before in my life, so I think they must be localised, my friend. Them packets do not ring a bell. But it is my birthday coming up, Matt. Just saying.
I'll just send you a bag of crisps with
Lancashire.
a Dwarf King hidden inside it.
Yes. Joe says, not a clue, Matt. They were pretty good though. There's one in Watford.
Salt and Shake. Is Salt and Shake still?
No.
Thing?
I think they come back for a period and just disappeared again. I want to say they did.
I used to love Salt and Shake,
even though they were just ready salted.
Yeah, but then you'd shake the salt on.
Yeah, I don't know. Larry's saying there's one in Watford.
Or is that a B&M bargains?
Must be a B&M, yeah. Yusuf says, B&M bargains, they sell Captain Crunch cereal. It's the most addictive thing I've ever eaten. They do sell random cereals, like American cereals as well. B&M aren't a northern thing, says Joe. I know of at least 2 of them in Devon. I was only guessing. Joe, you don't have to bite me head off. Jeez. Teenage
I
Dirtbags.
don't think he's correcting you. I think it was when I said I didn't know where the nearest one was. You said it might be north.
It sounds like it was a bit aggressive.
Sounds like he's angry with you.
Yeah. Teenage Dirtbag says, meanwhile, I know of 2 within 20 minutes of me. Guess we're just classy here. Larry says, this is where they are going to tell us about the December 24th stream, smiley face. And then he says, I didn't realise we got non-movie stuff that early.
Yeah, they make a big deal of it, that they got the rights to it after a year of success of Fellowship of the Ring.
There you go. Sam says, guess I found a great time to finish those half-painted Uruk engineers. Yes, you have.
Perfect.
You know what? Actually, I need to get some normal Uruk-hai warriors painted. I've got loads of scouts. I've got loads of pikemen, but I need to get some normal warriors painted. And I think the last ones I painted were on stream.
Scouts won't do it, but the shields and the pikes will.
Yeah. I need to just normal warriors. That's what I'm saying. I've already got loads of scouts and stuff. November 20,002 says Frederick ?
Is that what I said? 20,002.
Probably, yeah. 24th is a Friday, guys, says Larry. Are we going to have a sweepstake on how many minutes into the stream Steve gives up and removes his Christmas jumper?
You normally keep the Christmas jumper on, don't you?
So, yeah.
Halloween fancy.
I have got an absolute belter of a Christmas jumper for this year. Absolute cracker. I've already got it. Prepared, mate.
Smashed it.
Absolute.
Won't need to put the heating on then, will we?
Tell you. Just wait till you see it. Josh Coles, would the plastic Galathrim troops box count for the Two Towers stream?
Nope. Metal Haldiz elves with swords, metal Haldiz elves with bows, and Haldir in armor, and the metal Galathrim banner bearer, I believe, are all the Lothlorien models that could get you in.
Yep. Sam says, if you mean December 24th, it'll be a Saturday, Larry. It will be, because Christmas is a Sunday this year. Is that why we're getting an extra bank holiday?
I don't know.
I think it is, yeah. But if anything, that's better. Larry says, I thought I checked it and it was a Friday. Do we need to commemorate this moment on episode 72, whatever it is, of Larry getting a fact wrong? I think it's the first time ever, isn't it?
Maybe.
I think it's the first time ever.
That's not a thing that tends to
happen. So whenever he's given us a hard time, we'll point him in the direction of
timestamp
8 minutes past 10.
Remember that time you were wrong? How do you feel now, Miller?
That one time.
How are you spoons now?
Dave Walker says, I've just recently picked up 2 of Hama's metal models. Not sure if there's any other versions. No, there's only 2 as far as we know.
There's only 2.
Yeah, unless there's secret unreleased ones out there.
As far as I know, there's only the 2.
Mr. Adam Garnett is in. It says, evening all. Hope you're all well. We are very well. I hope you're well, Adam. You'd be busy with Panto season.
He won an award, didn't he?
I did see something. I've not something.
He won an award. Congratulations, for his
he's legendary now. That's why.
For his role in Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh yes, I did see that. I did. You're right. You're correct. Well done, Adam. Sam says, because my birthday is exactly 2 weeks before Christmas Day, and it'll be a Sunday this year.
Is that Sam Page?
No, Sam Hoodie.
I see. Might be streaming around your birthday then, mate.
Yeah. Oh, poo! It's just jumped.
Don't swear on the stream, Steve.
Sorry, shit. He loves to see it. He loves to see
well played,
Mark says, I'm battling to get my new hobby room set up for the Christmas stream. Hopefully that will be when I can start getting some hobby done. Oh yeah, you've moved house pretty recently. Hope everyone's going well, mate. And you're getting there. It's a tough thing moving house. It's very stressful. Mr. Sam Page, as you mentioned, says to Josh Coles, I think they were released later, so probably not. I think that's about the Glathrim. And Old School Chris says, definitely doing the cardboard ruin for this. I think we'll see a few of those.
Counts.
Yeah, it does count, yeah.
And what we don't know, when we're saying this, we didn't decide we didn't necessarily say it was going to be a random draw. No. So there was part of us that was like, I don't know what's the most be something. Like if you do a cardboard ruin, you've done it, you've got involved. But if someone's made Medicelled, should you have the same number of votes, the same chance of winning? I don't know yet. I think we said we'd involve Joe in the process somehow. We still haven't figured out
Yeah, we've not figured it out. Yeah,
the logistics of it.
We'll just wing it like we do with everything else. But
we'll see what happens. But
I think all I'd say is bear that in mind, that you can make anything you want to enter. It's a bit of fun. Let's remember.
It's meant to be BSIME. The point is to get you to make a piece of scenery from it, not to think I've made the best thing ever. I deserve to win. Yeah. Go in with that attitude, I think.
Yeah. But by all means, make super cool stuff because.
But make it for you.
We're all in for that.
The prize.
We're all in for that.
But the other thing I meant to say this about the prize. I think the timing on it will be exceptional because, from memory serves, the bits I sent up to you, at least 3 of them I think are 2 Towers models, and I think they might even be in the 2 Towers packaging.
I don't have them around there somewhere.
Was the cry of I don't know where it is all a ruse?
No,
I can think of at least 3 models that I'm pretty sure are in there that were from that 2 Towers release, which would be cool.
Hey!
You got it.
We're getting back to the old reaching off screen, aren't we? We're doing it. We're going back. We're going back.
Have you got it?
Hey, I can't show what it is.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'll do that because it's blurry. You think people can see what that is?
Yeah, there you go. That's one of them.
There you go. The old packaging. Never opened, mate.
And isn't there
so old, the clear plastic is yellow.
There's 2 more in there, I think, that are 2 Towers as
well. Yes and no. One of them is a 2 Towers model, I think, but it's it's that packaging.
Ah, right, okay, yeah. So it's a model from that time, but
and then the other ones are just in this.
I think maybe there's another one that's just loose.
People can tell what that is.
Well, yeah, the more you hold it up.
Nah, they won't be able to tell.
That will look pretty good. That was worth winning already.
Joe says
he hasn't sold it all for drugs money.
No. Joe says it was indeed me. It's rare, but very so often I have a good idea.
That's him picking the ruins issue.
Yeah.
Time to.
Josh Cole says, fair enough. Guess I'm going to have to go digging into my pile of shame and see if I have any Uruks left. Everyone's got Uruks.
I don't, because I cleared them because of this damn string.
Have you literally got no unpainted Uruks in your house?
I don't believe I have a single. Like, I've got some Mordor ones, but for Isengard, I don't think I've got a single Uruk because I cleared them through the stream.
That's crazy.
I think the only unpainted Isengard models I've got now are a couple of Saramans.
I might just put a sprue in an envelope and post it to you, so when you open it, it's in your house.
Don't do that.
Just for the lols.
Even between Twinkies, I don't want a new one.
Old School Chris says Ruth has already made her hill for it. Awesome sauce.
Oh, lovely.
Everyone's shouting
roadmap.
Hill on a hill. Roadmap. Probably a roadmap. Joe says there's no date for release of the box set. They just said full launch December 2022. Well, there you go. Happy belated birthday, Damien, by the way, says Adam. Frederick says a foot mat, got it. Destro's in. He says Estonian greetings all. Welcome, Destros. Good to have you. Joe says not surprised Steve didn't get that reference considering his pronunciation of Hama. What's this? Joe Holzman, you doxed her twice and you still haven't sent them.
That's,
to Jill.
Sorry, in the address, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, presumably he's just assuming that other people will send her stuff now. And or steal her identity.
The thing is, she has sent me her address as well, but it's probably got to the point now where she's going to have to send it me again.
It's on the streams when you held it up.
Oh yeah, I've already boxed it and I just need to... God, I'm crap, me. I just need to go to the post office.
Why don't you go and pick it up and hold it up just to show everyone that you've still got it? There's going to be some people in here who weren't in the last stream and they don't know Jill's address. So
yeah. Oh well. Larry says, before the deep dive, will Damien say stop? Hammer time.
Yes. All right. Yeah.
Jill says, haha, nope, at Joe. Joe Achilles says, I won't go down the rabbit hole, but our political system is a mess, whichever side you're on. Welcome to our world. It's a mess. I'll stick to Middle Earth and ignore the current events of the day. Mitch Mills says, hi guys, literally just finished watching your Defence of the North live chat whilst painting some cheeky elves. Is Damien still knocking around Hampton Sainsbury's?
That's creepy as sin.
Mm.
How would you know I was in Ham? Oh, are you?
Ooh.
Are you? Is that Sainsbury's St Clair's? Is that Hampton Sainsbury's? Yeah, that is my Sainsbury's. Is that? Did I see someone in Sainsbury's? I can't remember that. I feel like was that a? That does ring a bell of someone, but not recognise it. Like someone saw me but didn't say anything. It wasn't like Reese in the beef eater.
I'm just praying that there's a message further down that says, "Nope, I'm outside your window."
When was I last? I was in Hampton Sainsbury's sometime last week.
There you go.
I do still frequent it.
Frequent it.
It is somewhere between no miles and 100 miles from my house.
Dublé says heating and Waitrose. Didn't know YouTube paid so well. It definitely doesn't. Let me tell you that. Larry says, where did you think the patron money went? He's a decade ahead of me too, says Larry. Are you 30, Larry?
Oh, thank God for that.
You're 30?
I thought that was...
Come on, you got to tell us. You can't just sit there and cackle.
Read that comment again.
Which one?
That was the last one.
He's a decade ahead of me too.
I thought that was a like misjudged joke about one of us and some sort of sexual inappropriateness.
What?
Like the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Like he's a decade ahead of that.
Oh.
As in, you see what I mean? As in some way, it was some joke about something we'd said, it would make more sense if it was behind Me Too. But you know what I mean? Like, ahead of the times or something like that. And I was like, I don't know what that's in reference to.
That's just your mind, that, Damon.
Whereas what he was saying was, you're older than me.
Yeah. So here it says, evening gents, happy birthday, Damien. How are you doing, pal?
He's the one who thinks I'm 30.
Yeah, no, he doesn't really. Middle Earth Gaming will try to be a bit more active now. Good man. Matt Hudson says, I'm 39, so Damien is in the next one. I'll catch up soon. I'm 39, so Damien is in the next one.
Next what?
I'll catch up soon.
Oh, he's basically catching up with
me.
You.
Yeah.
Good age, mate. Good age.
Don't forget to put the glasses on your head, says Sean.
There you go. This must all be about your outfit.
Not tonight. This is
about
with your outfit. Yeah. Top table shirt and glasses on the head, says Larry. A Gollum Gimp mask and glasses on the head.
Glasses on the head.
I can't believe this is what I'm going to be remembered for. Sam says, I'd say the most important part of a Steve outfit would be the headphones and no painting whatsoever. Don't forget the IKEA trolley.
Oh, cool.
There was another guy yesterday, and he was so there was multiple events going on in Element Games yesterday, and one of them was a 40k event, and there was a fella who had his army on a trolley.
Wow.
And he didn't know me from Adam. I've never met this guy before. And I went up to him and I patted him on the back and I said,
you're welcome.
Solid trolley, my friend. Solid trolley. This lot do not know what they're missing. And he looked at me and he went, I keep telling him. Nobody listens.
I mean, you said you were going to be a trendsetter, and that is nearly 2 people in over a year. So well done.
Mm-hmm. Jolsman says TTG shirt and an I can you can cook apron. Frederick says ask forgiveness, not permission shirt. Joe Achilles says, as I missed the last couple of streams live, as life got in the way, I have to say these streams have massive watchability on catch up. I can throw a stream on and paint away or even do a little work. I recommend to you all to go back and watch any stream that you may have missed. That is very nice to say, Joe. Thanks, very nice.
We get like comments like that every now and again on the old videos, which is always quite nice. People just say something along those lines. So I'm glad they've got, if you can't interact with them in the same way, they're still worth a listen. It's good to know. 2
idiots talking nonsense for 4 hours.
Tell your friends. You know what I mean?
Joe says a pile of empty bottles of Moretti and a closed wet pallet.
Dragging them around me like some sort of Marley-esque ghost, jangling Moretti bottles.
I think Max Malice found the closed wet pallet comment funny. He says a closed wet pallet, FFS, Joe. And Joe Kelly says, and speaking of, YouTube changed your settings and the old streams don't show up under all videos. You have to search under BSIME playlist. Just
I know, it's stupid. I hate that.
It's really annoying.
If you click on all videos now, it doesn't include live ones. There's a
yeah.
separate
Oh
tab
yeah,
for
it's live. Yeah.
I despise that. That's a horrible.
It's annoying.
Change.
Yeah, it's annoying. They do these things and they don't. They should like say, by the way.
It's called all. Let me check. I'm not going mad about that. I'm sure it's still called all, and it excludes.
Or does it just say content?
Let me check. Remember, it was a couple of hobby vlogs ago that I did it.
Cheers, by the way. First bit of the night.
Absolutely. It's video.
I mean, that was a lie.
So it's called video.
Video. Yeah.
But when we're on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
What do people put on YouTube? Videos.
And then why call it live then? Why not call them streams? Because they're streams.
There should be videos. Should be all of them, and then you could have like live, just the live, and not live.
Yeah.
Why would you remove the all option? It's infuriating.
A-holes, mate. A-holes.
They're all A-holes.
Yeah.
One hole each.
Jolsman says, a rare Theoden inside a box. Marked elves. It's the only place to keep them. Larry says, I thought it was a breakfast cereal. What was a breakfast cereal?
Golden Crunch, I reckon.
Ah, no, you didn't, because you said biscuits, and you know, Larry. Golden Crunch sounds like very weird, like some weird fetish or something, says Frederick. No crunch. Yes, says Jill. You can use them like that if you want, I suppose, Frederick. Yes, says Katie. See, these people know. Damien saying, gives me a Golden Crunch sounded wrong. Andrew Pennington says, Fox's Golden Crunch or Crunch Creams, top biscuits, quite a buttery taste. Yes, Andrew. Jakey says, yes. Yes.
Why are people
Golden
Crunch
are only the best biscuits kicking. Yes, Jakey. Frederick is laughing at Malton. Larry says, Larry does not know. Larry, you do know, you cheeky monkey. Katie says, cream or no cream? That's the question. Cream, Katie. Cream. For the love of God.
Cream, he screamed at the lady on the internet. Cream, Katie.
Joe Holzman commits blasphemy and says they're an inferior custard cream. Go and stand in a corner, Joe. Go and stand in a corner with your hands on your head and your finger on your lips. Work that one out. Larry says, I got that from an advert with a koala or something. Yes, it was a Golden Crunch advert. What's it? A Golden Crunch. Yeah. See, I knew he'd be there for hours trying to do it, you see. Matt Hudson says, you've got Tevez hopes up here, Larry. You've got Steve's. That's what happens, Matt, when you try and type really fast. You put the wrong letters in the wrong place. He does correct himself. I was thinking, Tevez? Does he know that I really dislike Tevez for going to City? What's going on here? Larry says it was Fox's biscuits. It was a panda. yes, because they're a Fox's biscuit. Booths sell them, so they won't be in Waitrose. We don't have them, says Matt. Kieran Townsend says, signing off now, guys. We'll catch up tomorrow. Enjoy. Thanks for joining us, Kieran. Have a good evening. And Sam Page, that is, because we've got a few Sams in there. The legend that is Sam Page. TTG, Sam says. Nick is looking forward to judging the Christmas jumpers. Have you got a? Is it what an old one coming out of the closet, or are you sort of? Are you gonna push the boat out?
Old one coming out of the closet is quite a good description of me, really. I don't know. I haven't bought any. I haven't really got Christmassy yet. I'm just past birthday, so I haven't bought any new jumpers yet. It's not to say I won't. I've got quite a lot.
The one I bought for this year, I seen it come up a couple of months ago, and I remember last year seeing it. The same jumper, but when I went to purchase it in December, it was one of those annoying things, where it comes up on your Facebook feed, but then when you press it says sold out. When it takes you to the actual website, it's like, really, why are you advertising on Facebook if it's sold out? It's so annoying. It's clickbait as hell. So as soon as it come up, I thought, I'm going to buy it now because it's going to sell out.
Have you checked that this time it's wool?
It's definitely not a printed T-shirt with long sleeves.
The one you bought last year was,
it was
terrible. That made out of rubber?
It was terrible. It was like polyester thing. Yeah. On the picture, it looked like it was knitted, and when it come, it wasn't. It was just printed on fabric, so it looked like it was knitted. And it didn't breathe. Like, it sweated like hell in it.
That's so much. It was a great job.
Yeah. Middle of Game says, Steve, would you say it's a Christmas cracker of a jumper? Oh, yes. Just you wait. Just you wait. Larry says, is he still doing pantos or is it behind him? It's only November, Larry. Panto won't have finished yet, says Joe. Carl says, I'm watching this in the living room and Steve's poo stroke shit comment made the missus nearly choke on Tangfastic cherries. They're top tier Tangfastics, has to be said. Say that 3 times fast.
Cherries are in vogue today.
Adam G says, it's panto mode all year round for me, regardless of whether I'm working on one or not. Good man. Joe says, they're literally already boxed, Steve. What's boxed? What's boxed? I've got the memory of a goldfish on her. They're literally already boxed.
Could be already boxed. Something to do with biscuits, something to do with Joe's models.
Don't know. You'll have to remind us. Josh Crosby's in. Welcome, Josh. Good to have you. Wash is done on Hama, just in time for our match of the day interlude. It's a good day for a United fan today. Hasn't it been a weird weekend of results in the Premier League?
Yeah, I don't think it was ever in doubt today.
Never in doubt, mate. I mean, the fact we were getting hammered.
Control of the match for the entire thing, and got the perfectly timed.
That's what we do, mate. That's what we do.
Just as planned.
It's very similar to the City game, but a better result.
It's fine.
Larry says yes.
If you are a sporting fan, it's been a very good weekend nearly very good weekend for all sorts of British sport. The tennis, devastating highs. The tennis, the Fed Cup, they had an incredible win in their group against Spain. Probably the best win the women's Fed Cup have ever had. Then agonisingly lost out in the semi-final. First time they've been in the semi-final of the Fed Cup for 50 years. Agonisingly missed out. Did really, really well. And then we have the cricket World Cup champions today. Amazing stuff.
Yep.
Rugby just missed out in the final. And then United won. So
United on
great weekend for British sport.
They won with style. Just need Spurs to slip up now and we'll be all right. It's weird. I think it's
3 in a game in a hand now, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, we've got a game in hand.
And they're in reverse.
Well, I remember I had a quick look at the table because I was like watching it on because the in-laws were here this evening. So I think, and I caught the second half when we got back on the telly, and I had a quick look at the table. I think it was like from like Arsenal up to like 8th position or 9th position. It's like anything goes. If anyone gets a couple of draws or slips up,
yeah, it's
like,
not a huge gap,
there's nothing there. Even between Arsenal, I mean, City slipped up now. That's put them sort of back in the mix.
Are they 5 ahead now? Arsenal 5 ahead, I think.
Yeah, I'll be honest though. Like City, I can't. It's a rare occurrence that they slip up like that. It's a very rare occurrence. They're going to be strong. My money's still on them. My money's still on City to win the league. Still City to win the league. As long as Arsenal finish above Chelsea, then Jamie owes me 20 quid, so I'm not bothered.
Who were they playing? Was it Brighton? When they played with 10 men for 70 minutes and won? Was that Brighton?
I think it was Brighton, yeah.
I was like, that's cheating.
Yeah,
you can't.
Having Haaland on your team is cheating.
How can you possibly win a match with 10 men? And then they come back. I think they were like 1-0 down from the penalty. And they came back and won with 10 men.
What's really annoying is this part of the season now. I always enjoy the Christmas period and going into the new year and the matches because it always gets a bit funky going in around Christmas. And you have like the Boxing Day games and things like that. We've got a World Cup now. It's probably the only World Cup that I can remember where I've literally not had any interest. I've not looked forward to it. There's so much around it with where it is and all the sort of corruption and stuff like that and just this crap that's going on around it. I'm really not bothered. About it.
There's something weird about it being the winter, I think.
Well, I just think, how annoyed are you going to be if you're at one of the bigger clubs and one of your star players gets injured at this World Cup? It's going to be insane, but I don't know.
Footy streams in Middle Earth.
Yeah, footy streams. Jill says, I'm not going to lie, if you show the box once more, I'm expecting a flood of Secret Santa presents. I mean, I can go get it if you want to.
I haven't sent my Secret Santa thing in.
Oh, crap. Can you not swear? 21st? Can you not swear, please?
Oh, shit, sorry. I'm going to do that. It's the 21st, isn't it? I don't think I've missed it. Oh, that's terrible.
Frederick says, a decade ahead of Me Too. Put that on a mug. I thought the same thing. Reference Me Too. Says
there you go.
Mitch says, that's right. I'm that Sainsbury's stalker from a few years ago. No, I've been watching all the GHL videos for years and then saw you there from Hampton, small world. Joe says, first beer of the night plus the 2 you've already told you've had. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I had them in the day.
And you did instantly confess.
Yeah.
Give him credit.
And it was
the
daytime.
First beer of the night. No, it's not. Oh, God, I'm sorry.
It was a rare occurrence where I didn't actually drive. We got the tram. We slummed it. We got the tram and went for afternoon tea. It was nice.
Careful, mate. There might be tram fans in.
Ooh. Frederick Schultz says, the moment Damien said his video froze. It's magic, Frederick. It's magic. What the hell is a golden crunch? It sounds dirty, says Joe Achille. It is a biscuit, my friend.
I think
or as you guys would say.
But you haven't said what they are.
Well, I'll clear it up now. So, Joe, it's as you guys would refer to it as a cookie, and it's very similar to one of the cookies you sent us. So basically, it's like it's 2 layers. So picture an Oreo with the cream in the middle. So it's got like a custard flavored cream in the middle, and it's 2 crunchy golden. I think it's like syrup flavored, like ginger nuts, but like syrup flavored. They're really nice. Like really nice. They're the best biscuits going.
Best biscuits going.
Well, they're not the best biscuits going, but
right.
They're one of them biscuits that
was a lie.
you never put in like your top 3 or your top 5. But then when you have one,
so they're potentially the 6th best.
But then when you have one, you go, oh, that's better than the ones in my top 3.
Oh, that's better than 4.
It's one of them. Do you know what I mean? Have you never had a golden crunch?
I don't know, mate. Probably.
Oh, mate, come on.
I just can't picture them.
But you've had like, you know, at Christmas, did you like your mum used to get like the tin boxes of Fox's biscuits? Well, they're in there, so you must have had one.
Yeah, I probably have, and I'd probably know them as soon as I saw them. I just don't know from the name. And also, my top 5 biscuit list is laminated, so I'm not willing to take the risk.
Right, here we go. I'm going to send you another text.
Secret text in the middle.
This is this is what it's come to.
What has it come to?
This is what it's come to. So they've changed the name. This might be why you didn't get them.
Sorry, they're not called Golden.
So they're now called Fox's Golden Crunch Creams, but they used to just be called Golden Crunch. I'm not going to send you that text. You can Google it yourself. You've just been lazy now. Sat there painting.
Well, that was a fun segment.
I'm doing all the stuff. You know what I mean? Mr. Dave Fredericks is in. He says, "Evening, chaps. I hope you're all at it hard." I had to make sure I said that right. With Hama and tongs. What's tongs?
Hey.
Oh, hammer and tongs. Bloody hell. Unfortunately, on the night shift tonight, but just popped in to say hello. Well, stay safe, Dave, and hope you have a good shift, my friend. I only know the advert, says Larry. Let me down. He let me down. Eric L is in. He says, stopping by to catch the live stream for about an hour this afternoon, US time. No hammer for me to join in with this time, so I'll continue to wrap up my Dwarf Warriors plus Rangers. That's fine. Try to take a picture and stick it in the whip thread. Never eaten their biscuits, says Larry. I just like saying biscuits. You've never had any Fox's biscuits. I can't believe that.
I love that. He was your guy on the inside.
I can't believe that. I can't believe
you were like, oh, he knows me.
I'm not having that.
He's just saying it to be contrary.
No, not having it. Joel says, I'd forgotten about the plastic Christmas jumper. Jill's Rohan. Is that because I said what? Right, okay, I'm with you. Cracking open my first knoppers, says Larry. What, your first ever?
What time to be alive?
It's time to be alive. Live review on knoppers. It's good beer. Adam says, not just a great result weekend for sports, polishes his new award. Yes, very well done. Don't milk it, Adam. Come on. We don't like gloaters here. I jest. Is well deserved. I'm surprised, Adam, that I have not seen you on stage as of yet, considering we live in the same area and you always seem to be on theatres that I frequent now and again. I'll have to keep an eye out. Carl says, I'm really sad. We now have to wait until Boxing Day for decent football because of the crap international tournament, FIFA Corrupt World Cup or something like that. Yeah, I just want it to be over and done with. I'm not really interested in it. at all, which is weird for me for a World Cup.
It'll get you once it gets going.
It will. I mean, yeah. I kind of feel dirty watching it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Which is weird. It's just weird. Ashley says, Steve, was the jumper you were after the one I just posted in the Patreon chat? Let me have a look in the Patreon chat. No. No.
He won't like that.
That's a good one. That's a good one, that Ashley. I'll give you that, but it's not that one. Joe Holzman says, probably just as annoyed as you'd be if they got injured during one of the international games they'd usually be playing instead. No, it's very different because they're going to Qatar, and even in winter it is like 1,000,000 degrees or something like that. It's just not on. Frederick Schultz says, footy streams in Middle Earth. Fesime. Oh yeah, I still have to send my Santa email as well. Thanks for reminding me. And Carl says, the World Cup throws everything we think looks likely upside down. Everything changes on Boxing Day. Teams could be shifted by the break or even benefit. I just think, like I said, imagine the players for any of the top 8 teams that are scoring them goals at the moment come back injured. I mean, luckily for United, a lot of the players that are scoring goals for us are not even going.
Yeah, absolutely. They're spreading them around quite nicely.
Yeah, it's good. Haskell says,
McTominay's having a fancy at the moment, isn't he? And is he likely to be playing the World Cup?
Maybe on FIFA. Michael Haskell says, and Liverpool decided to stop being a charity for teams struggling in the Premiership for a change. I think Liverpool will be all right, Michael. I mean, it was funny while it was happening, but I think it'll be all right. They bounce back. Joe says, think of a custard cream, but worse. How dare you, Joe? How dare you? Larry says, that's good. I was expecting it to be a bit too wafery for my tastes. No. Dale says, big interview with Piers Morgan from Ronaldo being released tonight. Separate but equally as impressive are the prices for beverages at the World Cup I've seen. £11 a pint. Wasn't aware of this interview with Piers Morgan. But Piers Morgan will do what Piers Morgan does and cause issues. And
isn't it? I'm sure it's Piers Morgan who slagged off Ten Hag.
Yes.
When he told Ronaldo off for being a petulant child, didn't he?
Yeah, he basically said, how dare you get above your station. Yeah.
How dare you? It's his job.
Yeah.
It's literally his job.
Guy's an idiot. Larry said,
Morgan in being a twat, shocker.
Yeah. But just the right chocolate to wafer ratio, says Larry. The thing, right, you know what? The Piers Morgan thing, sorry, I just have to say, it makes me laugh how he's all of a sudden, on all his platforms, is this moral warrior.
No, he's not a moral warrior.
But he thinks he is, doesn't he? He thinks he is, the way he goes about himself.
He's just Trump. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's like Katie Hopkins. He's
an ass.
He's right. He plays to the right with his quick weight.
Yeah, he's an ass. Michael Haskell says, I'm with you, Steve. Reference to the World Cup. Very disenchanted with it for all sorts of reasons. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, the timing's weird. The circumstances around it are not cool. It's just, I think it's put a big dent in the reputation of the World Cup. I think. FIFA haven't got a great reputation anyway, have they? Really?
Throwing skulls, it just means it will become the sporting event of the season.
Yeah, true that. Katie says to Joe, that is biscuit blasphemy. Yes, it is. Carl Daly says, obviously I'm biased, but I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool finish second, appoint Man City again, get in 2-3 cup finals on the way. Yes, you are biased, and you're also dreaming, my friend.
They might not bounce back quite that.
They're not going to bounce back that high, mate. Oh, Carl.
I was thinking that you won't get relegated.
Yeah. Carl. Oh, it's been a great season. Newcastle, eh?
Yeah.
Shows you what a few quid will do.
Yeah, exactly. It's remarkable. Where did that come from? Oh, I remember.
Crazy. Frederick says, have you never had a golden crunch? Steve, stop talking about naughty stuff on this family-friendly stream. What are you guys picturing a golden crunch is? That's the thing. Golden
Also, I
Crunch
think
cream
Steve
is even
stopped
worse,
it
says
being
Frederick.
I think Steve stopped it being a family-friendly stream some months ago.
Carl says, I love a GCC. They are also the dog's favourite biscuit, a Golden Crunch cream.
Sorry, they're the dog's favourite biscuit. That's not the review you think it is.
It's a dog with good taste.
My dog loves them.
Gary George says, best biscuit in the world. Tim Tams, mate, hands down. Aren't Tim Tams just penguins? Are they a penguin? They're Australian penguins, aren't they, Tim Tams?
Oh.
I would not put penguins in my... They're all right. Don't get me wrong. I like a penguin. It's just a bourbon with chocolate around it, isn't it?
Still got jokes on them, you know. I had one the other day.
I've not had a penguin.
I know what the joke was.
Go on.
Can't remember it.
What am I called in Australia?
What's a... It was something like... Who's a penguin's favourite family member?
Is it going to be something like niece, but they tried to get it to rhyme with ice?
No.
Would that have been better? Go on, I give up.
Antarctica.
I'll move on. Larry says, Choco Leibniz, Maryland cookies. Don't even mention Maryland cookies. They're the worst of cookies. Chocolate digestives, boring. Bourbons, how dare you. Custard creams, come on. We are not 90. We're only 40. Let's get on with it.
Are you 40?
No. I'm 40. I'm in my 40s.
Yeah, sure. All right.
I'm still on the early side of 40s.
Yeah, I'm not going to track around age slurs today.
My top 5 biscuits, says Larry. Yes, they're terrible. That's a terrible top 5. I stopped trusting you. I thought we were like Galaxy Chocolate, like
we were biscuit buddies.
Boys, but yeah.
You and he were buddies.
Carl says, I was very impressed with the cricket this morning. Enjoyed Stokes doing it in the business. Adam G says, I'll send you the details for this year's panel if you want, Steve. Yeah, send it over, mate. Send it over.
Oh, no, he won't.
Oh, yes, he will.
Oh, no, he won't.
Joe Osmond says, top biscuit for me is Dutch shortbread. I don't know what Dutch shortbread is, but I do love shortbread. At Christmas, like, all my family, whenever they'll buy me, so my mum just gets me all sorts of stuff, but she always gets me tons of like shortbread, like the proper buttery, real, you know, the dead, moist, buttery shortbread. Like, it's just like, oh, it's amazing.
I don't think I've got a favourite biscuit. Oh no, I do. That's a lie. Do you know what mine is? It's a simple classic. It would be a dark chocolate digestive.
No,
that would be my favourite.
You lost me at dark chocolate.
I love it.
It's rotten, that, mate. It's rotten.
It's not true.
What's the Santa deadline? Asked Larry.
Something like the 21st of November, maybe the 24th.
There you go. Jolsman says, my year 6s at school tell me Ronaldo's retiring at the end of the month. I don't know if they picked up some gossip. I haven't, or they're making it up. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ronaldo go to America or China in January. Wouldn't surprise me at all. And in all honesty, and this is coming from someone, this is not bitter, I am a massive Ronaldo fan. Ronaldo is a huge part of Manchester United's history. And he's still world class, no matter what. But I think he's acting like a bit of a div at the minute.
He needs to go.
But at the same time, I kind of understand it, because he wouldn't get to be the person and the player that he is if he wasn't very self-assured, petulant, and spitting his tummy out if he's not playing. So I kind of understand it, but there's no place for that at United. United needed to build something new and not build around a player that we might have got another 8 months out of. So it'll be a shame, but it is what it is. Larry says, for a second I thought Steve was about to jump into a passionate bit about canoppers. No, they are solid. They're a solid chocolate. Enjoy. That's it. Piers Morgan stream in Middle Earth, says Frederick. PMSIME or BSIME or what? James Sherman says, hey all, no painting tonight as I've got work to do, but we'll have you on in the background. Cheers. Well, it's great that you've got us on in the background, James, and I hope we don't distract you from your work, but at the same time, I hope we do. Gold bars are the best, says Sean Clark. Yes, but they're not biscuits, really, are they? They're chocolate bars. They are good. They're very good. You can't eat more than one at a time, though.
You can eat more than one of any bar at a time, don't you?
No.
That's why it's a bar.
But they're quite small, gold bars. Jolsman says, we know they still have jokes on them. Larry told us loads last stream.
Oh, yes, I did.
He did, yeah. Frederick says, lol, how the hell did you just pronounce Leibniz? Is that not how you say it? How would you say it?
Leibniz.
Leibniz. Yeah. What's wrong with Maryland cookies? What's right with Maryland cookies? They are the naffest tasting cookies. They taste like they've just come out of a machine. That's how naff they are.
Come out of a machine, mate.
I know, but they taste like it. At least
come out of a machine.
At least make an advert or make the packaging look like there's like a granny with an apron making them for you with a glass of milk.
What?
They taste chemically. They're just not nice at all. And Frederick says, try pronouncing it.
What do you want?
Hang on. I've got a thing here.
Chained up.
Listen.
Making Maryland cookies around the clock to make you feel
I've got to pull
wholesome.
Frederick here. I'm going to have to pause you on your granny bashing. Right?
I'm not bashing the granny.
Listen, if you want to bash grannies, you bash grannies. I like granny's cookies. Here we go. So, I've just said how I called them biscuits Leibniz, right? And then Frederick says, lol, how the hell did you just pronounce Leibniz? Yeah. Then Larry says some nonsense about Maryland cookies. Then Frederick says, try pronouncing it as Leibniz.
Does he put like a phonetic spelling in there? Or
No.
does he trust on you to work it out?
Read the chat, man. He's just wrote what I said.
That's just right what I said, mate.
It's just wrote what I said. Carl says, okay, 2 points then. We was 14 points behind City going into the second half of the season. I honestly think we will finish second. Get out of it. Arsenal will drop off. Newcastle will do too. Spurs are Spursy and United are. Here's my prediction. My prediction is City to win it. Arsenal will make top 4. United and Spurs will make top 4. I don't know what order 2, 3, and 4 will be, but I think it'll be Arsenal, Spurs, and United.
So no Liverpool and no Chelsea.
No Liverpool, no Chelsea. That's what I think.
I think we're on track to be top 4. I'm gonna vote for Arsenal. I want Arsenal to win it. Out of I want United to win it, but out of the teams that are in it, I'd like to see Arsenal win it. For a bit of variety, and I'd like to see them not choke.
I mean, I would like to see them win it just so that City don't win it, and laugh because they got rid of Gabriel Jesus, and then he goes to Arsenal and they win it and scores lots of goals. That'd be really funny. But that's what I think. I think Liverpool and Chelsea are. I think they're going to have games where they smash people, and then they're just going to lose silly games. They're going to do what United have done for the last few seasons. And lose games they shouldn't lose. Whereas I think United are just going to grind out results, 1-0s, 2-1s, and just be consistent. I can just see that happening. I think we'll still lose games, but I think we'll be all right. Larry says they're my most eaten snack at the moment. I always say it's Leibniz. Yeah, I'm with you, Larry, on that one. Max Maller says can't beat a hobnob, but Golden Crunch is a top choice. Good man. Biscuit streams in Middle-earth, says Frederick. Larry says, but they are kings of biscuits. The whole more chocolate than biscuit thing is amazing. They're all right. They're not up there. I mean, I use them when I do like bonfire night or something with the kids. Like do s'mores.
What are we talking about now?
Leibniz.
Right.
I use them to do like s'mores with marshmallows and stuff. M&S do a good Dutch shortbread. I'll check that out, Joe. He says Dutch shortbread is shortbread that's very milky and piped into patterns before baking, then dipped into chocolate afterwards. I love that. It sounds a lot like a Vienna Whirl thing. Middle-earth Gaming says, great for backlog clearing. Keep up the great content, gents. Thank you very much.
He doesn't confirm who he is.
No, he's not. Still not telling us. He's keeping it secret.
Maybe he doesn't want to tell us.
Maybe he doesn't want to tell us. Malison says, yes, Damien, dark chocolate digestives are morally superior to milk. Shut your filthy mouth, Matt.
Absolutely are.
Sean Clark says, I say they are biscuits. They're even made by McVitie's. Then I don't think they are. I mean,
what?
Yeah.
I'm so confused about what anyone's talking about. I don't even know.
Gold bars, he's talking about.
Gold bars, right.
Yeah. Frederick says, pro tip, don't eat your knoppers if they aren't solid. That means something is wrong. No wet knoppers.
That's when you said they were solid chocolate.
Solid advice. Larry.
Juice doesn't seem like a normal knoppers at all.
Larry. He says he hates shortbread because of the way it contaminates the rest of the biscuit tin.
That sounds perfectly par for the course for Larry.
Do you know what I like to do with shortbreads? Because I mix up with shortbreads. I do a lot of stuff with shortbreads. Shortbreads. If you're ever having a dessert around Christmas, and it's a dessert that you're having like ice cream with, so you might be having sticky toffee pudding or like a hot chocolate pudding.
Perhaps
with
apple crumble.
Yeah, anything like that that's got ice cream with it. Get a shortbread and crumble it over your ice cream.
That would go perfectly with an apple crumble.
It is
crumble
delicious.
on crumble.
It's delicious. Try it. So Frederick is now.
So that's not just shortbread on ice cream, but the ice cream has to be on a dessert. Is that right?
I mean, I've had it with just ice cream, but I mean that's because I'm an animal.
You're using shortbread as an ice cream topper, essentially.
Yeah.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice. Frederick says, Lee in German is pronounced like lie. So it's Leibniz then, is what you're saying. Right, okay. Leibniz. Okay. It's similar.
I like if his next comment is right. And nits in German is pronounced nothing like nit.
Leibniz. It sounds more aggressive when you say Leib. Like Leibniz is quite passive.
I'm going to go into this flat Twinkie and have a little.
Do it. Middle Earth Gaming says, yes, Damien, digestives are top tier. Also, like a raspberry shortcake. Not had a raspberry shortcake. Have you had a raspberry shortcake? Do we do raspberry shortcakes?
Might be like a little tart shortcake. Might be like a little Minster Kipling tart type thing.
Shortcake. Is a shortcake?
I
mean, what is a shortcake? Is that shortbread? It's like shortbread.
It feels like a Mr. Kipling slice type thing to me. No.
Could be. And Frederick says, lol, trying to tell how English people to pronounce German words again. Yeah, you're always at it. You love it, Frederick. You love it. Ashley Fisher says, I thought it was like Leibniz. My biscuits are the best. Ask Sean Clark, says Scott Newman.
They bring all the boys to the yard.
Yeah. Sean Clark, are Scott Newman's biscuits the best? Frederick says, not Leibniz. Pronounce it like lie in the beginning. E-I in German is pronounced I, like Eij in Dutch. Sean Clark McVitie's don't just make biscuits.
Don't tell him to pronounce it as you pronounce it in Dutch. That won't help. He doesn't know how to pronounce it in English, let alone Dutch.
Joel's been tell Sean that they don't just make biscuits. This is true. I drive past them at McVitie's factory in Stockport quite a lot. It always smells great. Jakey says, as a Leeds fan, I reckon we might clinch the title. Need a bit of luck, but I like our chances.
Absolutely.
Keep dreaming the dream, my friend. Keep dreaming the dream. Leibniz. Leibniz. Something along those lines. Bailey's Leibniz are mega, says Sean. Scott's biscuits are beyond artisanal. You had me at Bailey's, says Carl. And then Joe says to Larry, what you're doing wrong is letting your shortbread make it to the biscuits in the first place. This is true. Sorry, says Middle Earth Gaming. And Georgeman says, you're meant to eat it all before it gets to that point.
That's him saying sorry for not telling us who he is.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go, sorry. Anyway.
He's still not told us.
That's fair enough.
Larry says, it makes the rest of the biscuits shortbready, which is a good thing. Joe says the opposite of long cake. Middle Earth Gaming says, 2 thinner pieces of shortbread with raspberry jam in between. So it's like it is a biscuit then.
That sounds good.
It does sound good. Joe says it's called shortcake because it doesn't hang around for long. Eric Schultz is in. He says, evening all. How are you doing, Eric? And Frederick says, I mentioned the Dutch thing because you know how to pronounce the name guys. Right, okay. Middle Earth Gaming says, Middle Earth Gaming, still not telling us who he is, says it might be an Aussie thing. Max Malice says to Jakey, yes, mate, marching on together. You'll be wrestling with your tops off soon, Max. Frederick says, we're not even... Still makes you laugh, that story. Everyone's looking at him like, what?
Ziggy? Was it Ziggy? Is he? What's his name?
We're not even at the telling you how to pronounce toffee feed part of this stream, says Laurie. I keep trying it and it's not working, says Middle Earth Gaming. Wait, you keep trying to tell us your name, but it's not working. This is getting more suspect by the minute.
Maybe he's trying to... Do you think maybe he's trying to hint at it? I wonder if when he said like sorry, and when he said it's an Australian thing, maybe he's dropping hints.
It's too deep. It's too deep for me, that, mate. I need people to be straight to the point.
Michael Aspel to come in.
Larry says it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It is a good thing. It is a good thing. Frederick says Toffee is a German product. There you go. Caught up on the chat, my friend.
Good work. So how have you been?
All right, yeah. Max says Scouring 23 Ring of Salt is happening. Don't you think? Why would you use salt to make the ring? That's the question. Like, that's to keep demons out, Max.
I was going to say, it's to keep demons out. You don't want demons in.
Why do you have to use salt to make the ring? Why don't you just use a pen or something? Like, or a bit of rope.
Rope, maybe.
Yeah. Eric says American shortcake, as in used in strawberry shortcake, is a spongy, semi-sweet white cake. So yours is basically a cake. So shortbread here isn't bread. We're going to say biscuit, but you know what we mean. When we say biscuit, we mean the same thing as cookie with you. So it's a crumbly, buttery cookie. Right, I'm caught up on the chat, and we're at 11, and it isn't going to be a long stream tonight. So we better get a move on, my friend. It's 11.
Oh, do you want to talk? Do you want to have some catch up? Do you want to talk about your event and stuff?
Yeah. So I ran an event yesterday, which was Hama and Rock, which was a bit of a trial event, really. So it was a people have been asking me for ages to do one day events, and I've never done a 1 day event before. So I decided to give it a go, and I wanted it to be a little bit different. And I've had this idea of a event or playing the game with a roster for a while, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to do so. So Hammer and Rock was basically you bring a roster of 1,000 points, and that doesn't have to be. It's just 1,000 points. That doesn't have to be a 1,000-point army. It doesn't have to be in warbands. It's just 1,000 points. So what you have on your list adds up to 1,000 points. And then each game, there is an additional phase at the beginning of the game, which is called the parlay phase. Where you and your opponent show each other your 1,000 point list, your 1,000 point roster. So if I was playing Damien, he'd show me his list. It might have, it might be magic heavy or it might be bow heavy. So I think, right, okay,
you don't know me.
I think on this scenario, it's hold ground or whatever. He's going to go bow heavy and he's going to try and shoot the crap out of me. And then I might have something on my list that has like blinding light or something like that. So basically what it means is it doesn't totally get rid of it, but it helps in them scenarios where when you sit down at a table with your opponent and you put your army down and your opponent puts his army down and you look across and they've got something like a Balrog and you go, oh my God, I can't beat that. Like I can't, in this scenario, I'm going to struggle. It just gives you that little lifeline where you could build a different list. So each game is actually 650 points. So you then choose 650 points from your 1,000-point roster to play. Ideally, what a good plan to do is to have maybe 3 or 4 650-point lists written already from that 1,000-point list, because then you're not like sat there writing 650-point lists, because you only get 10 minutes.
Like a piece of advice that you have generated having done the event.
No. I did. So I did put it at the event. Months ago. I did sort of drop hints because I knew that, and I did drop hints. Not everyone did that, but it was still all right because you only get 10 minutes. So the rounds were 2 hours, but the first 10 minutes was the parlay phase. So it's like an hour 50 playing time.
That's quite. I mean, that does feel like quite an intense kind of slightly stressful period to write an army list in, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you've got a couple pre-written. So if you think, right, I've got this 1,000
your
points.
Your anti-shooty one, your anti-horde one.
So you get one that's anti-shooty, one that's anti-magic, one that's anti-monster, one that's is going to be best for objective scenarios. But yeah, so that's the premise of the idea, and it got great feedback. Everyone that came seemed to have fun. It was very small. We only had 12 players. 12 players we had. Worked out great for me because leading up to it, as you know, I've been really busy, so I've not done much promo. I've not really done anything around it. So the 12 players that came played everything in the right spirit. Everyone was having fun. Got some really good feedback. And yeah, I think it's definitely something that's got legs. I think the thing maybe that I would change is, and I'm not sure how I'd do it. I do need to go away and think about it. Is put something in there, and I don't know whether it's changing the actual list that you play, changing it from being 650 to another figure, or which is the second option is something that I really don't like, is having certain models that you can't use. You know, like sort of saying
So
you
why is
can't.
that? What was the issue?
Sauron was the issue.
Sauron.
Yeah,
So why was Sauron an issue?
because he kind of dominated. So two people brought Sauron, and because he's 400 points, and you have to play 650, he's always in the army. He's always in the list that you choose. Get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can't not have him in. You can't get 650 without him in it.
But any other 650 tournament you'd go to, you could face Sauron, couldn't you?
Yes. Now there is that. There is that, and there were things where, because my thing with Sauron is I've only played him a few times. The first time I played him, I got absolutely battered, and it was Devin Marino. He battered me all over with it because I didn't know what to do against him. But what I quickly learned after getting battered by Devin Marino with Sauron was just ignore him. Basically, just let him do.
Devin.
Just stop speaking to him. Just let Steve. Can you not hear me? What have I done, man?
Oh, Devin, if you're watching, miss you, man. I
do miss Devin. What a guy, man. What a guy. I love that guy. But yeah, I tend to just sort of, there's not really, because you've got that choice. You got to go down one or two rows, I think, with Sauron. You either put everything in to getting a wound on him because he's the leader and getting the points for wounding the leader. Killing him is not impossible, but it's unlikely. Or you just totally ignore him and you play the scenario, which I think if the players did that, I think people have that thing where when they're up against Sauron, they feel the need that they have to do something to him, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but that's just learning how to play the game, isn't it?
Yeah, whenever I play now, I just think, right, he's cost them 400 points. As long as I try and make sure that he doesn't eat through 400 points of my army, then I'm at an advantage, really. Because they're going to struggle. If they're at objective-based scenarios, they're going to struggle. But yeah, but I don't know. There is the option of saying, you know, you can't have any heroes that are over 250 points or something like that. But I don't know. I need to go away and think about it properly. This happened yesterday. It was just something that cropped up.
I guess my point of view is I don't really see why it's an issue at your event any more than any other event.
I get that. I just think maybe it's because there was only 12. Maybe there was more things. It is even less of an issue. There's more players.
I suppose 2 Saurons at 12 players means that you might play Sauron twice in the tournament, and
it's a one-day event, so you're playing 3 games. So yeah, that would, and it's just quite frustrating playing against him. But yeah,
I wouldn't say that's a problem personally.
Generally, really enjoyed it. Everyone seems to really enjoy it. It was a great little tournament. It was great to be in Element Games again, running a tournament. I've missed it. It was a nice sort of letting off steam from normal life, which was really, really nice. So we had that. Whilst I was there, whilst that was happening this weekend, also tickets for March's event, Scouring, went on sale.
Very cool, very cool.
They went on sale to patrons on Saturday because obviously patrons of BSIME and Top Table Gaming get early access to things like that. And then they went on general sale this morning, and literally this morning I couldn't get on my phone and do anything without being instructed by ping, 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 ping. The response was overwhelming and humbling, and you always have. I think you always have that thing. Scouring's always been quite popular. I always get really good feedback from Scouring of Cheshire, and still you have that thing where you think, is anyone going to want to come? It's a weird thing, isn't it? And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're at around the 100 mark now. I've not counted up properly. I need to do it after the stream.
What, over the course of a day?
Yeah.
Pretty great.
We were at 80, I think it was 83 when I checked just before I went for afternoon tea.
That's pretty awesome.
So yeah, it was humbling, and it kind of just reinforces how awesome the community is, that people get behind scouring, and they have a bit of a soft spot for it, which is really nice. So yeah, it's cool. I'm really looking forward to that. I've got another event in January, which is a Fell Winter, which is scouring is a standalone event on its own now, and then Fell Winter is a GBHL 100 counting event. So we've got that as well. So I've got a lot of stuff to come to. The good thing about a Fell Winter is it's all done. It's all sorted. I've got all the prizes. Everything's ready to go. I've even wrote the quiz. Happy days. That's back on 2 days. I think I like the 1 day yesterday. It was a lot of fun and it was quite refreshing. I like a weekend of gaming.
I think 1 day they're over before they get started.
Yeah, do you know what felt weird? Do you know what the weird thing was? After the awards, people were like, right, see ya. I'm going home now. It's like, it's time for a pint. It's Saturday night, man. It's Saturday night. But yeah, so that was my day yesterday, and my day of admin today, and probably my day of admin tonight and tomorrow night and Tuesday night. So it's been tons of fun. What about you? What have you got up to this weekend, Mr. Birthday Boy? Any hobby?
I've been doing quite a lot, actually. I got another hobby vlog up, which went up. So thank you to everyone who's already put a comment on that.
I've not watched it yet, but it's on the to-do list.
I think that's 2 in a week now, or a week apart. They're in danger of becoming regular.
Yeah, they can fast.
So it's good to get that out. And there should be another one next Friday as well. Cool. So I've been working on some models. I think I'll save it for the hobby vlog because I don't think I've already revealed what those ones are. The Grim Hammers are coming in the hobby vlog after that one. So it's good to get that out. That was kind of catching up on how much I've busted my backlog in the last sort of 6 months. That was quite good. So I'm sort of on course for my 2 targets for the year. My targets are to paint 100 models and to reduce my backlog by 5%.
Nice.
Those are my targets every year. I've never hit both of them yet since I started doing this 3 years ago. But there's potential this time. There's definitely potential. We shall see. Okay. I went to a fireworks display last week, I think.
Very nice, very nice.
Nice. Spent some time with the family. That was all good. But yeah, lots of painting on some models that you're going to see in my next hobby vlog, which has been really, really good fun, and I'm happy with that. Around that, I've also been prepping all the other stuff for Throne of Skulls. I'm going big, as ever, and so things about kind of display boards and dice and costumes and all that sort of stuff I've been doing. So it's been quite a good fun, really.
Yeah,
I'm up against it as ever and stressed about it as ever, but I am quite hopeful, which is cool. And then I had a birthday. Which was kind of glorious.
Yeah.
So that was on Friday when I had the day off, and I spent the morning briefly with my lovely girls before they all went off to school and work. And then I went and got a haircut and got pampered by my guy.
Great haircut, mate. Love it.
Thank you very much, sir. And I got bubbles in the hairdresser and the head massage and everything. It was all very lovely. And then I just spent some time in town, like kind of wandering around, did a bit of shopping, and ended up, as I said, in a cafe, just sort of chilling out. And was genuinely quite like, it's one of those really weird things. If you told your 18-year-old self what you did on your birthday when you were 40, you'd hate yourself. I was sitting in a cafe at 2 p.m. having a cup of tea, reading, and this is lovely. Just like quiet and on my own. Like,
all that's missing now is a pair of slippers.
Yeah, it was great. So I had a really, really pleasant afternoon, and then went home, and my folks came over, and we went out to dinner at my favourite restaurant, which was lovely. Like wild
Indian?
boar skewers. No, it's
Italian.
No, it's a Spanish place.
Oh, tapas.
Mr. Michael Haskell, Tom Harrison, and Harry Parkhill have all tasted its delights before. They do tapas, but they do these amazing boar skewers. They do like these big chunks of wild boar on skewers that they hang over your fries and stuff. Just
I
absolutely.
know where we're going when I come down, mate.
Should, mate. Should.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the Friday before Seven Stones. Anyone who gets there early, that's where we'll head. So good, so good. So that was lovely. And on Saturday, again, it's one of those utterly weird things where Emma was out for the day preparing for the evening. So I was there with my mum and dad and the girls. And do you know what I did?
Go on.
Spent a good few hours in the garden, mate.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, the weather was quite nice, and I wanted to get one more mow in before the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And so I put a podcast on, and I went out and mowed the garden and cut back some of the bushes. Do you know what I was thinking? Oh, this is lovely. Oh, this is lovely. What a birthday! What a birthday! And so I was like, afterwards, 3 hours later, when you can really see what you've done.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh, that looks good.
Stereotypical 40-year-old like it.
Yeah. And I also, and I know this will excite a lot of people who like my hobby vlogs. I spent a little time just clearing some space in the shed. Might have to do some shed content in weeks to come. So that was really pleasant. And then in the evening, I had a party.
I
had a party for my birthday.
Very nice.
Emma had organised. She did an amazing job, and it was awesome. So yeah, I was out at that, and I had the pleasure of many of the nerds coming down, and some very small group of my friends who are our beloved patrons. I believe, and I'm going to be horribly rude here and forget someone, but I think we had 4 BSIME patrons at the party.
Very cool.
Mr. Dave Fredericks, Tom Macklin, Michael Haskell, and Ed Ball.
That sounds like a party that I very much wish I was at.
And of course, there was. I'm just saying that they're the patrons. There was a lot of my other lovely nerd friends came and made the trip down from Nottingham, which was just awesome, incredibly lovely. So I got to hang out with those, as well as of course my non-nerd friends and family and stuff. It was just wicked.
The non-VIPs, yeah.
What was great, two of my mates, like non-nerd friends, came as basically GBHL nerds. They made a dice. There was a fancy dress theme that Emma had organised. There was things I like. It was basically all the people I like dressed up as things I like. And 2 of them came. They'd made dice for themselves.
I could have come as me.
You could. It would have been one of the more narcissistic costumes. I mean, you were invited.
I know. Well, fancy having your birthday the same day that I have a one-day event.
I know. It's one of them could be moved. But so they came as dice, and they'd done the GBHL logo, a bit out of date, but still points for effort.
Yeah. Still the best one.
And they were wearing Wanderers polos.
Nice.
So then they came as like whatever Wanderers or Dice Nerds. I was like, there's real nerds here. You should go and meet them. And one of them, bizarrely, Tom, had played Sam Jeffrey at doubles 9 years ago when he came as my partner. So they had that kind of weird, oh God, we do know each other.
You are a nerd.
That was super awesome. And my mum got some lovely presents from. I haven't actually written to the guys. I know a couple of them are watching. So I want to do my little thank you messages, but I opened all presents today. I got a lovely present from Macca's and lovely present from Dave Fredericks and other people as well. But thank you guys if you're still watching. They were lovely, and I will be writing to you in good time. Yeah, that was mega. And my mum and dad got me a polo, red polo from the shop where we get the Wanderers polos.
Yeah.
With a slightly different Wanderers logo, a compass logo with my birthday. I should bring it in. It's fucking awesome.
That's cool.
My birthday stitched into it, and then the line a star shines on the hour of our meeting, which is what Frodo says to Gildor. So in Elvish.
That's very
so
cool.
My mum found a Lord of the Rings quote in Elvish and got it stitched in as a kind of about me being born, which was mega. And at the party, they both had the same polo. And I was like, awesome. Oh, that's kind of delightful.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that was really sentimental. And Emma did a wonderful. She did loads of wonderful things, but she made like a "This Is Your Life" type album and stuff. There was loads of like personal touches around the party and stuff, and I got some very lovely presents and some good nerdy stuff, which was lovely. And
Very
that was
cool.
yesterday. It was brilliant. It's really good. And we had a little after party back here with a few of my few of the kind of guys who stayed late, and then woke up today feeling not hungover but a bit
Not the best.
knackered. Just, but more tired. More like kind of genuinely worn out, like sleepy, than ill or anything. And obviously, like, Olivia gives no shits what time you went to bed. So, like, we're up at 7. And both me and Emma have just been kind of, like, trying to stay awake all day. Whatever. But it was awesome. It was really great. Good. It's been a really good weekend. And apologies to anyone that I've forgotten to say anything important about. But it was pretty mega.
Sounds like a good one, mate. Sounds like a good
one. It was great. It felt like a big birthday. If it was good. That sort. It's like when you
just wait till you hit 41.
Yeah, we do. Once you get past a certain point, your birthday's always a little underwhelming, almost, because
you dread them coming.
And then what do? You go out for a meal or whatever, and you have and you obviously do less than you used to do ever. But it was nice to kind of mark it at good times, and see a bunch of my kind of hobby nerds. It was great.
Very cool.
Very nice. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
But there we go. That's me. Steve, you wouldn't believe it.
Yes.
I've done everything I wanted to do. My Grimhammers are both coated and shaded. So if you want to sit back and do some painting.
Well, what I was going to say was, if you want to, because the time has flown already tonight. We've just been talking nonsense, but it's getting on. So we do need to move on. But one thing I will say is Middle Earth Gaming sent me a message.
Right.
It's only Mr. Benji Gibbs.
No.
It's only Mr. Benji Gibbs.
Can't believe it.
Welcome, Benji. It's a pleasure to have you, my friend.
Did he send you a direct message to say, don't tell them who I am?
It's
like Jill's addressing it.
Keep it to yourself, but...
Yeah.
He said he's been trying to type his name in, and when he does it just doesn't come up, which is odd. You might be banned, Benji, from YouTube or something.
You're right, that is odd.
It's very odd. Now the world knows. So welcome, my friend. It's great to have you.
Wonderful. So it is Hama week. In Battlegames of Middle Earth. So I thought we can get into the mag in a moment, but I thought I'd start with a deep dive.
Oh shoot! I better while you're doing the deep dive, then because I haven't got the mag sound.
It's not hugely deep. Really, which is the wonderful. Which is the wonderful thing. So we have Hama as he's in the book, of course. So this is the stuff you'll know if you're familiar with it. He's the Door Warder Theoden, kind of as he is in the film, really.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference, really, the major difference is that he doesn't get eaten by a warg. He falls, and I meant to do this, sorry, but he falls in the Battle of Helm's Deep. So he makes it to Helm's Deep. He does so well. He gets so close. He doesn't get gobbled up by a warg, but there we go. That's the line I was after. In the midst of the field before the Hornburg, 2 mounds were raised, and beneath them were laid all the riders of the Mark, who fell in the defence. Those of the Eastdales upon one side, and those of the Westfold upon the other. In a grave alone, under the shadow of the Hornburg, lay Hama, captain of the King's Guard. He fell before the gate. And I believe, I thought, is he not called out specifically by Theoden? I haven't actually found this when he's chatting to Saruman. Yes, there it is. Oh, God, in a 1,000-page book, that could have taken a lot longer. This is him talking to Saruman. It's the yes, we shall have peace. And he says, what will you say of your torches in Westfold and the children that lie dead there? And they hewed Hama's body before the gates of the Hornburg after he was dead. So Hama does not have a good end. He dies fighting in front of the gate at Helm's Deep, and then he gets chopped up a lot.
Great.
Yeah, I know. Sad. But is that, I don't know, what about that? Or face eaten by a warg? How would you rather go?
Eaten by a warg.
You reckon?
Yeah,
Might be right.
yeah, I think so.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if your body gets chopped up after you're dead, does it?
No.
It's unlikely to hurt. But yeah, so that's about it. He's he's like gambling. He's like Day-O-Wine. He's actually gets. I think he gets far more. He gets more than both gambling and Day-O-Wine actually. But bear that in mind when we talk about profiles. He's got a larger part in the book than gambling and Day-O-Wine. But yeah, that's about it. Tolkien never says anything about him. Tolkien never writes anything about him in his letters. But we can find. You ready? Look. We have two
Steep, mate. Steep.
things from War of the Ring. Oh, good God, I didn't highlight them. Oh, you want to? Oh, so this is wonderful. So originally, there's this initial version where they are after the Battle of Helm's Deep. They're riding to Isengard, and they said as they rode, they saw a great spire of smoke and vapor raising out of the deep shadow of Narn Gurinir. As it mounted, it caught the light of the sun and spread in glowing banks that drifted on the wind over the plains towards them. What do you think of that, Gandalf? Said Theoden. One would say that all the wizard's veil was burning. So far, so same. There is ever a fume above that valley in these days, said Hama. But I never saw anything like that before. So in the book, it's almost word for word the same, but it's Hama who says that. And so at some point in the earlier version, Hama was going to survive the Battle of Helm's Deep and go and ride with Theoden. And then we also have this that he's talking about like differences between the final version. The dead of the people were buried in a separate mound below the dike, a statement that was retained in both the finished manuscripts of the chapter, the Lost in Two Towers. The slain riders were buried in a single mound, not two. We just heard about the two mounds. And Hama, whose death before the gates of the Hornburg here first appears, was buried amongst them. And he gave his name to the mound. So it was called the Hamelo. It's like Hame, Hamelo, Hamelo. It was called in after years, which stands for the Mound of Hama. So, but then, so he was buried in with all his mates, and the whole mound that we just talked about in the book was going to be called the Mound of Hama, essentially. But then he changes it to give Hama his own grave. And that was all I can find. Very small part, not in it much.
Better than now.
Yeah, better than now. But there's your deep dive for Hama.
Right, okay. What I'm going to suggest is something like that has never been done before. It's never been done. It's never been done. I'm busting for a wee. So I'm going to go. I'll take a break. But with it being 25 past 11, we do need to move on. Do you want to jump into the mag and do a live webcam, magcam thing rather than mess around? And you can make a start if you want. And I'll be back in a minute.
I can do that.
Yeah.
So
I'll leave you in Damien's more than capable hands.
We're on issue 53, as well, you know. But, and I hope there's some people out there who are going, oh, I bet he forgets this. If he forgets this, we will have to return to issue 52 for reasons that will become clear. So, this is Hama and the Royal Guard battle to save Rohan. Sorry, Joe, about the lack of magcam. Fingers crossed it'll be there. You got Hama with his. Did I leave gas on face? Did I lock the door? Did I put the alarm on? Got that very kind of. I'm not sure I did that look on his face. I guess there was only so much to pick between. Kind of cool graphics on the front. It's quite nice. Little wild riders chasing. I think that's kind of meant to be having a go at that scenario, isn't it? Like got Hama and Gamling kind of on foot being attacked by wild riders. It's kind of cool. Yes, inside, he's loyal to Rohan. Again, it's a bit like a Gil-galad issue. You'll start seeing pictures of Hama like you've never seen him before. You'll see more Hama in this than ever before. I cannot allow you before Theoden King so armed. Gandalf Greyhound. Great quote. And then, oh no, you would not part an old man from his walking stick. There's a quote from Gandalf there. But they do say stuff about him. With King Theoden enthralled to Saruman, the ability of Rohan to resist the increasingly destructive incursions of the White Wizard's forces grows weaker by the day. However, there are some who will continue to fight to defend their lands. Presumably, Hama's one of them. And then somewhere down here, following Aema's banishment, Hama, the Door Lord of Meduseld, whose responsibility it is to guard the door of the King's Hall, sees the arrival of Gandalf the White as a possible chance of restoring the king and saving Rohan. While obeying the letter of Greenwood's instructions and disarming the visitors, he permits Gandalf to carry his staff before Theoden, thereby allowing the wizard to break Saruman's hold over the king and resulting in the banishment of Wormtown. Well done, Hama. So on we go, and we get tactics for Rohan. We're probably quite familiar with these kind of articles now. We've had quite a few of them, but they're cool as ever. Now it's aimed at relatively new players playing playing points match games relatively early in their careers, but there's still some nice stuff in there. There's they have things about hit and run tactics for the Riders of Rohan, kind of charging basically charge a bunch of orcs who are 7 inches away from other orcs, killing them and then running away, which is kind of that definitive hit and run tactic of being aware of priority and making sure that you charge on a turn, you lose priority and those sort of things to it, and that you have might nearby to avoid the counter charge next turn, so on and so forth. You also get an idea about expert riders. They had the expert rider rule way back when. I don't know if it's changed because it's one of those rules that I use so often. But is expert rider still +1? Steve, do you know off the top of your head, expert rider, is it still +1?
Expert rider.
I always forget.
Yeah, so it means you can't ever roll a 1 on it.
Can't ever fail, right?
Yeah.
I think it is that one because I always get that confused with the cave dweller because one of them used to be a mountain dweller. One of them used to be like a reroll and change to a +1 or whatever. But in this, they state how important expert rider is. So it means a rider of Rohan will always succeed in making a jump on his horse and has a 1 in 3 chance that he'll be able to continue after to allow you to charge. And they've got this example which you can't help feeling a bit forced, but can you see here what happens? You get 4 riders trying to jump the wall, and 3 of them are able to keep on charging because he rolled 5, 5, 6, 3.
Yeah.
So you get 3 6s, and it's like, I'm not sure that counts as a tactic. Does it? Like, they've put the 1 in. It's like you're unlikely to get, all 4 5s or 6s. But what you could do is jump a bunch of you guys off a wall, roll 5s or 6s,
lose your charge bonus.
No, they're over the wall.
Yeah, but they're going to get counter charge on them if they don't roll a 5.
I don't think there's any more to counter charge them in this wonderful example, thankfully. So I think they're safe. But it's a bit. Yeah, that's all right. There's also a nice thing about the fact that your horse archers can move at 5 inches and kind of keep up with your warriors moving forward while still shooting. There's stuff like that, which is quite nice. There's a little reference to volley fire still. Rohan archers, like most bowmen, are most effective in groups with like 6 models, allowing them to concentrate and take advantage of the volley fire rules. God rest their souls. There's some stuff about weapons and armor, about how they're kind of less armored than the Minister of Guards we've used, but then they talk about the Royal Guard, and more on them in our Two Towers stream. So a few tactics about kind of throwing spears and that kind of stuff. Some stuff about the elite troops, talking, and Rohan, as we'll probably see next week, they really didn't have many special rules in this time, but they talk up bodyguard. There's a little mention of Hama in there. Hama's leading some Royal Guard, which is kind of nice. And then just a bit mention about the heroes. So it's all well and good. It's all fine. It's a nice read. There's some nice pictures, but it's it's not going to blow anyone's mind now. But it's pleasant to look back on and read and reflect. And then we get a very intriguing section, which is the Lords of Rohan, and we get new profiles for Hama and for Theodred. Now, I tried to do some digging, but I know we found this out at some point in the past. Battle Games in Middle-earth is really hard to date. I think it came out. Didn't we work out it came out in early 2003? I think that's when we found out it came out. I think it comes out in after the Two Towers has come out. Fellowship was Christmas 2001. Two Towers was Christmas 2002. I think it comes out early 2003, but none of them have dates on, so you can't kind of work out exactly when it was. But by my reckoning, I think this issue, and it's fortnightly, so it's that you say there's 26. Sorry, there's 24 in a year. Essentially, and you have to count back. But this comes out, I think, at kind of early 2005-ish. I think somewhere around that. and we get profiles for Hama and Theodred. They're not in the game yet. Hama and Theodred, they don't appear in the Two Towers book. They don't appear in the Return of the King book. And they both turn up in this book. I'm going to go in. This is the Two Towers Journey book. This is the first time they're introduced to the game. We get Hama and Theodred profiles for the first time. And I'm pretty sure this comes out before this.
Right.
So these are kind of exclusive new profiles. And, the language isn't clear. In Pack 18's playing the game, we present the Force of Rohan and Mary, the characters of Rohan. Here we add 2 additional heroes to the Force. I think they are. I think these might be like work in progress profiles or something that were added here for the first time, I think, which is cool. So exclusive content. And I thought it would be fun to have a look at, we've done this in the past with Hama, where you go with characters, where you go and have a look at the history of the profile. Don't worry, won't take long. The Hama here, I'll come to this one. That this is the, I don't know, whatever early one, work in progress. He gets introduced in this version. He is, and I think this is like 2005, 2006, something like that. 50 points, fight 4, strength 4, defense 6, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 4, 2 might, 1 will, no fate. Sad face. He gets expert rider and he gets bodyguard, which is if the good force includes Theoden, Hama will pass all courage tests he has to take so long as he's alive. All right. In this era, Legions of Middle Earth era, possibly he can take a horse. Possibly he's fine. Hard to say. All right. Then we get the Free People's book, which you're probably familiar with from your era.
Yeah.
He's exactly the same profile.
Okay.
And that was the era that kind of I was playing a lot competitively. In that list, he could take a horse. No one took him.
No.
Do you? I don't know. Have you ever fought Hama? I don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen him on the table.
No, I'm not sure I have.
To be honest,
with you, probably maybe in like Warg attacks now, but then no one's got him on horse.
Someone like Larry would take him, I reckon. But other than that, I don't think I've ever seen him on the table.
But it's not to say even in. I didn't keep this one out. Where is it? Oh, God,
What's he got over it? What's he got over a captain? Because he's not got a fate, and a captain has. What's he got over a captain?
Bodyguard.
Right. Okay.
Exactly right. Where is it? There you go. So this is the era we're talking about, which is like the kind of Hobbit era. He's exactly the same. Where's he gone? He's third billing. He's underneath Theoden and Theodred. But yeah, 50 points over a captain. The captain can go to fight to defense 7. He can go to defense 6. So he's got that.
Yeah.
He can be worse than the captain. Where's the captain? There's a captain. They both got expert rider. Yeah, the captain gets a fate point. So yeah, the captain gets a fate point and can go to defense 7, whereas this guy gets kind of bodyguard for Theoden.
So he's paying a lot for a very... And back then, you didn't see a lot of Theoden.
That's true. That's a really good point.
So...
He's the same cost. He's got armor, so yeah, heavy armor. Yeah, he's the same cost as a captain as well.
Yeah. So you're paying a lot for the bodyguard rule that only comes into play if he's in the same army as a character that at the time was the second choice as your leader of a Rohan army because AMO was far better.
Yeah, maybe not even the second choice, depending on your points.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a model for him on horse.
Yeah.
And the decent model, and that's the one we're talking about being the decent model.
Yeah.
Was really hard to get in that era.
Yeah.
So you never saw him. He wasn't very good in this version at all.
Yeah.
But for Armies of the Lord of the Rings, they gave him a boost for new edition. So in the new edition, he's 55 points, so he goes up 5 points, but he gets 3 might.
Yep. Big time.
And he gets a fate point. Let's check in this version if he still didn't have his fate point.
So he's become one of them kind of uber captains.
He doesn't have a fate point in there. So yeah, he gets what he should have. He's a named captain. Give him the 3 might. Just give him that. So he's got that. He also gets Horse Lord, as most of them did. So that's a buff. He gets a fate point. So that's a buff. And he gets the option to have a shield. So that's another 5 points. That's fair enough. He can now be defense 7 with a fate point and horse. He's now better than a captain.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure there'll be people out there who would argue that the captain's ability to bring heroic march is really important. And that's true. But I would argue in an
what
army...
heroics has he got?
Defense.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, heroic defense is good. It depends what kind of game you're playing, I suppose.
But Theoden, who is now pretty much not included, has march. So you do have access to march through some of your named heroes. Is it just Theoden? Erkenbrand's got it, but you're probably not taking Erkenbrand. Gamling's got it. So you do have march in your list. So in that respect, when this book came out, I think they did. That's a fair profile for him.
Yeah.
You'd now take him over a captain. There's still no model on horse, and there's no model with a shield. So you got some conversion work on your hands. And he gets Horse Lord, which is cool. But no one takes him.
No.
Because
I've never seen him.
No. Because not only after this came out, they then released Elfhelm and Dernhelm and Dalewyne, who are all together now, all better than Hama. And it's, poor Hama. And you're right, you say you've never seen it. I'm not sure I have. But do you know what's weird, Steve?
Go on.
You know this version?
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same as that version. He gets the same stat line, like 2 might, 1 will, no fate. You can ride a horse. His rule is protect the king. As captain of the Royal Guard, it's Hama's ultimate responsibility to ensure Theoden's safety. If Hama is engaged in combat within 6 inches of Theoden, and the king is also engaged in combat, Hama may declare heroic combat without spending a point of might to do so. If he slays his opponent, he must move to engage the enemies in combat with Theoden. That's quite a good rule.
Awesome.
It's a rule that'll be familiar to us from lots of other guys. But that's quite a good rule. This is the best profile he's ever had. This one. And this now, Dalewyne's got that.
Yeah.
He gave it to Dalewyne. They nicked it. They took it off him.
He doesn't need that.
They took it off him 10 years ago, 15 years ago, where you can't have that. Then for the new edition, they went, "Oh, we will use that again." Someone else.
Not on you though.
I feel bad for Hama.
Yeah.
Where's the Hama love?
I mean, it's one of them though, I think, isn't it? Like with Rohan, there are that many heroes that there are going to be ones that fall through the gaps because they just don't fit. Because there's just so many heroes.
You have to choose some of them, right?
Yeah.
You can't make them all uber winners, whatever. But yes, I think Hama's destined. I think he's always been a kind of thematic, fluffy scenario piece, but he's massively hampered by the fact he can't take a horse. So even if you were playing that kind of, let's do Warg attack and I'll include Hama because I hate myself. You've got a massive conversion job on your hands.
Yeah.
Royal Guard with a head swap, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably go down that route rather
just
than doing
just a waist swap.
Yeah. Well, the waist swap you're going to run into all sorts of trouble.
Because he's chubbier, isn't he, as well than a Royal Guard?
Yeah. But yeah, so you also get a profile for Theodred, which is kind of cool. Again, very much the era of no special rules. He's got a cool stat line, kind of fight 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, so not crazy, but 3 might, and he gets expert rider, but nothing else. And then we get into the assault on Edoras, part 2. What? Oh yes, back we go. Do you remember?
No.
There's a few specials back, but in this one we had part 1 of the battle report, and we said we weren't going to look at it. This is the culmination of the kind of Edoras War on Saruman campaign, and this is the board. It's pretty mega. It's using all the scenery they've used. How's that?
Yeah.
So you've got can you see the Uruk horde outside with the burial mounds, with the gates of Edoras and the walls of Edoras and Meduseld in the background, and it's really, really cool. It's a really cool looking scenario. Evil side obviously deploys outside. We've got 19 warriors of Rohan, Gandalf, Theoden, Hama, Eowyn, Gamling, Legolas, Gimli, Aragorn, 6 riders of Rohan. The evil player only Saruman, Grima, 3 captains, 20 Uruks, 12 orcs, 6 Warg riders. It's a big battle. And the winning the game, for the evil side to win, they must either kill King Theoden or move Saruman into contact with the throne of Rohan at the back of the Golden Hall by the end of turn 24. So it's a full-on like breakthrough siege. You've
It's a
got
long old game.
you got yeah. It
That's a
doesn't
long old
yeah.
game.
But they've got to punch through the walls. They get an endless horde rule, Kel Surprise to bring everyone back. And what's really nice is Worm, so Worm Tongue. He will either start depending on the result. The previous, in this issue they had the fight inside Medicell, control of the king. If Good won that, then Grima deploys with Saruman outside. Because if Evil run it, then Grima deploys inside, which is really, really cool, really, really fluffy. And those are about the only rules. You just get a big battle. But what's quite nice is all the good heroes. I think it's all of them. You get a lovely profile of him, a picture of him here running. They all start inside the Golden Hall. You see them running towards the gates there. So your initial turns of assault on the gates, they're not fighting Aragorn and Aemar and Gimli on the walls. They all have to rush because presumably they were in Medicell having a chat whilst a giant army of Uruk-hai gradually walked on. Imagine Helm's Deep. We've all seen how Helm's Deep plays out in the film, right? And imagine if they're going, they're 10,000 strong at least, and then just before they attack, all the heroes go and have a chat in that stably bit. And they go, "What? They're outside! Oh crap! They're outside! Quick, back to the wall! Back to the wall!" But then they play it out, and it's I'll show you one because I don't think this is particularly spoilerific. Look at the scenery.
It's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Look at that. It looks mega, and it's a really, really good bat rep. So I think because of the scenario, I think we only get 4 pages of actual content, 4 pages of bat rep in this one. But then when we go over to here to part 2, we get another 2, 4, 6, and then the conclusion. So it's 10 pages of the actual battle report, plus the kind of intro and conclusion. It's a really long battle report with lovely pictures. And it's great. It's probably the best battle report they've done. I think
that's high praise.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's obviously across 2 issues. They can afford to do it. But also this one got me. I don't know that I know you can't do this now, but I didn't know if they changed it or if this was just the battle games rules. But they've got a bit where, as the heroes race from the Golden Hall to reinforce the defense of the Shattered Gatehouse, Richard charged Grima into combat with Theoden in an effort to slow their progress. To ensure no harm came to Rohan's king, Mark countered by charging in Hama to join the combat. Grima's weak fighting abilities were no match for the combined power of 2 Rohan's heroes, and he was pushed back. Richard's aim was nonetheless achieved, with both Theoden and Hama ending the turn a full move distance from the other heroes. Now, certainly in the versions I've always played with Grima, if you charge with him, that reveals him.
Yeah.
So that would be an absolutely shocking tactic. The idea that you would hold them up for a turn at the expense of doubling up their might use for the entire game is garbage. But it did make me, I meant to do it and I didn't check. It did make me want to go back and look at Grima in the 2 Towers version to see if that stipulation didn't used to be in his profile. If he could charge without revealing himself. But it's possible there's a version of it that wasn't, because otherwise you just wouldn't do it. It's madness. But yeah, so very, very good bat rep with a really interesting. Who knows quite how much they they kind of changed or made dramatic for the point of it. But there's a lovely picture here. I don't think there's any spoilers in it really, but that picture from the other side, so you can see the back of the wall and all that. So they move the camera around all over the place, and it ends up going down to the wire. I won't say what the result is, but they break through. It's nice seeing that kind of siege and having Saruman and Gandalf the White having a kind of magical duel off, because you never see Saruman do anything, right? In the films. It's really cool. Loads of named heroes that you like. I just thought it was great. I thought it was a really interesting read. It's one of those ones that now you could read it now and it'd have just as much worth for you. And I think it's 16 pages all in for the article.
I'll give it a read now. You picked it up.
It's good for a kind of a scenario that you could play now, and it looks really good. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, good marks there. You then get a 2-page painting guide for Hama, which is fine, and it's basically like paint him like your Royal Guard, paint me like one of your French girls. Painting Hama is quite straightforward, as he's very similar appearance to your other Royal Guard heroes such as Gamling. However, in this painting workshop, we will look at subtle ways of personalising the model by using a slightly different colour palette to Gamling Impact 51. Hama will look sufficiently individual, yet retain his Royal Guard uniform.
Hmm.
And do you know what it is?
Go on.
I think I did read it, and I just want to check that the only bit I think they changed. Paint the green parts of Hama's cloak in exactly the same way as Gamling's from page 51, pack 51. The metal trim, so we know what this is. You know when you've got scale mail,
Yeah.
and you've got the little bit of
The outside bit.
trim on it, yeah?
Yeah.
The metal trim can be painted with dwarf bronze with a little bestial brown added, a slight deviation from the colour scheme presented for Gamling. That's it. I think so. The way you differentiate and make him individual is that this line here
Yeah.
is slightly different. You know, he has to have red clothes, he has to have a green cloak, he has to have silver armor. So I just don't. It's like they didn't have enough words. It's like, oh, what else? Just try and. Can you big up the fact that the cloak trim is a slightly different brown?
Just paint that little bit that you can't see anyway.
How would I do that? I don't know. Say it's making it individual. I don't know what to do with that. Still not painting eyes. I'm excited to see when we get to eyes. And there he is. Look at him. Well, he doesn't deserve to get eaten by a warg.
Nah. It's a mighty
and then we
meal,
get into the final part of the scenery article, which is these beautiful. This possibly some of my favourite scenery they've done so far.
They did really well with the Rohan stuff.
Yeah, give us a bit more light. Where is it? There we go.
Yeah.
Like we've made the palisades, I think, in the last issue. Now it's about making these towers and the gatehouses, and they're awesome. And it's a really good guide as well. You know, they're fully back on track. We've given you really sensible measurements, and you know, really, there's 6 pages for this, so it is really detailed in terms of the step by step and how to do it. Even I really like this, like the really like clever details here. It's like, don't forget that this is your palisade coming down here. Oh god, it's so hard to do when it's backwards. And this is your tower piece, so you will have to make just a little bit of kind of balsa wood coming out of the door of your tower to make this join up. And they even just in here, they then make sure that you glue a few more palisades to the end of this.
Yeah.
It's really nice, really good attention to detail. 3 pages of that, and then 2 pages to make a big gatehouse, which looks mega. There's a good picture around the back.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
I do really like the Rohan stuff that they did in the magazines. It was always cool.
And you end up with this kind of really awesome. Look at the size of the towers. Yeah. I mean, you know how big this is, right? Because it's a wall for the Uruk-hai ladders. You can see the battlements, so you know how big your models have been. The towers are massive.
Yeah, they are big.
I will say this: you haven't read this, right?
No, not read it. No, not for many years anyway.
They get to do a bit of freehand on the gates.
Oh yeah.
Just tell me what you see.
Okay. 2 demon ladies.
Yeah, it's women, right?
Yeah.
I see kind of slight naked pregnant women.
Yes.
It might be like a Rorschach test, but can you see? Are you seeing women in profile?
Yes.
With like long hair down their back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm glad you said. Kind of high-fiving each other, right?
Yeah. Like, we're naked. Yeah. We're on a door. Yeah.
We're pregnant. Yeah. We're on a door. I like the fact they're celebrating being on a door. They're hounds.
Oh, what?
Hounds. I think it's going to be like.
I think they're better as naked ladies.
Well, isn't everyone? Where are they? Look, I think. Can you see?
Yeah, it's the round head.
They look now. I think they look like rabbits.
Yeah, it's the head. It's the round head.
But the gate is adorned with 2 golden hounds.
They're not, honestly.
I don't think it is.
No.
You got naked ladies or rabbits. It's very odd. You know, they'd be better than anything I do, but I can't. It's like one, the duck and the rabbit thing.
Yeah.
I just can't see that. I mean, that's a rabbit.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's a lady.
Yeah. It's a lady with 2. It's a lady with 2 ankles on one leg.
It's a broken ankle. But yeah, I mean, I judge. You make this absolutely kick-ass piece of scenery. You see what I mean there? Just at the end, can you see?
Yeah,
Just that little platform,
a little bit
and
sticking
it's
out.
hugely imposing. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that was one of the pieces of scenery that we've talked about this in the past that was on eBay. Do you remember? I said about 8 years ago, 9 years ago, it was all on, and someone bought that off eBay, the original. So someone out there in the world has bought.
Someone has that with them two naked ladies on it.
Has all those, has all those bits of Rohan scenery, and that's it. It's a really good issue. I'm not going to put it forward for a favourite. I really struggle when they split the content over two, however good the content is, because it's not, you're getting extra, to say that all the content in this is really good, you're also borrowing 8 pages from a different issue. They've got more pages to play with. It's really good. The profiles in it I think are fun to look back on. Tactics articles, nice, and that the scenery I think is really brilliant. I can imagine a Rohan fan genuinely finding these 4 issues with that scenery articles really, really useful. And the fact that it's like the last Alliance swing where you had a great campaign and a great set of scenery articles to make that Mordor board. I feel the same with these ones, because you've got a great set of Rohan scenarios and tutorials to make a great set of scenery, which is really, really good. And that, my friend, is the end of our Rohan swing. We've spent a lot of time in Rohan, but that is, we move on to different areas.
Pastures are new.
Indeed, but yeah, it's good. I liked it. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, give like Hama some love,
Let's see him in some of your armies, guys. Come on.
Yeah, if you two hate yourself, why not take the 8th best hero in the list?
Yeah, let's do it.
But
in a one hero list.
Yeah, indeed. But I'd like to see more of him, because beautiful, beautiful model. At least one of them is a beautiful, beautiful sculpt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully we'll see lots of Hamas being painted tonight. But there's Hama. Dana.
Very good, very good. I think what we'll do is I'll jump back in the chat, and then we'll hit the Facebook.
Cool. While you do that and catch up, I'm going to grab a beer.
Yeah, that's cool. Let me find where we're up to. Joe says, I like how Frederick made one comment telling you how to pronounce, what was it? Leibniz? Or is that how I said it? Leibniz? And then made another 5 comments telling you the same thing. Max confirms it was to keep the evil spirits out, just as I thought. 2 hours in and the chat is caught up, says Carl. Benji says, just sent you a message. You just got it. Eric Schultz says, we also have shortbread cookies. They're the best. Frederick says, imagine a Scottish person saying great. I can't do a Scottish accent. Great. Sorry if this is offensive to anyone. And the EA part, so great. Is how you pronounce EE. So now add that to the Toffee Fee. I prefer Toffee Fee. Hama and Rock, you mean? Laughing at Larry. Anyway, I have a 5 a.m. alarm call tomorrow, so best be off. I don't know what I'm saying. 5:30's mine. Everyone gets a free Hama in their army. Good night, everyone, says Joe. Catch up tomorrow evening. Would be fun. Even the evil army, says Frederick. Larry says, someone once did an event where everyone got an Alfred. I remember that. Was it World Champion? I think that was quite recent as well, Even though his rules changed, I think he went back to the old rules and the chat just jumped. Pro B-Sign Tip, just ignore Devin Marino. If you ever sell normal merch, an anti-Devin Marino shirt would work well. Then maybe add in a no Devins were hurt in the making of this shirt declaration or something. Larry says,
what do we do to Devin?
He says, if you ever sell normal merch, an anti-Devin Merino shirt would work well.
Oh, I wouldn't want to do it. No,
no Devins were hurt.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want that. He's a nice guy.
I find the best way to deal with Sauron is just to kill him, says Larry. Oh, show off.
Oh, classic Isildur.
Carl says, or you have to have 2 leaders, and if you have 4 games, then you play each one's worth. But that's the same as saying Sauron's banned. It's just a way of saying it without saying it.
It'd only be banned for half of them, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Benji says, definitely need to get over to some events eventually. Yeah, that'd be cool, Matt, to have you over.
Is that Benji Gibbs?
Yeah, Benji.
You're now calling him Benji.
Benji.
Just to be clear.
Larry says the quiz.
Stop telling them.
The quiz is about happy days. The quiz is about happy days.
Do you think? I reckon you might have said
happy days.
I've just finished the quiz. Happy days.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Controversial, but at least it'll shake up who does well at it. Frederick says, one hobby vlog a week.
Love it if you did that. Just chuck in a happy days, Chris. What keep doing?
Who played the Fonz? One hobby vlog a week. There's people in here who haven't got a clue what I'm talking about now. Us in our 40s, we know about that. Monday, Tuesday, happy days.
Wasn't it last? Was it last Thursday when I sent you a text about how great it was to be in my 30s?
Yeah. One hobby vlog a week is a crazy schedule by BSIME standards, says Frederick. Sam says, if that's the case, my answer to all questions is Fonzie. Larry Miller says, definitely faster than one of their Fantasy Fellowship video a decade rate. Cut me deep.
Oh,
well, cut Damien
more
deep.
than that. Far more than a video a decade. Come on.
Sam says that Fellowship is indeed taking liberties with Elrond's hospitality. Hang on, checking back. They're still in Bree. Must still be waiting for Gandalf. He must have been really delayed. But not late. No, never late, says Sam. It's quite odd, says Benji. Hammer time, says Larry. Hammer time. Did I take the old man's walking stick?
I didn't say stop hammer time. Damn it.
Wait, Larry said it for you. Did I take the old man's walking stick, says Frederick. Did I lock the doors of the Golden Hall when we evacuated?
These are all. That's what this is. That's what they're saying that. I think you missed that. I was saying he looks like he's left the gas on. So these are all questions. These are all things he's thinking in this picture.
Did I lock the back door?
Go on, keep going. I'll hold it up. What else?
I'm not doing no more. Did
I take the old man's walkers? Did I take the old man's walkers?
Did he need it? All right. Benji says, Hama looking like I shouldn't be at Helm's Deep and die there. Reroll, says Larry. Reroll Throne Rider. They're telling you about what the thing is. Cave Dweller is the +1. Sean Clark says Chris Packett was deafening through headphones. Oh, sorry, guys. Adam G says sounds about right. Sam says he was trying to give a bonus ASMR experience. Sure. Battle Games in Middle Earth. Defo had them first.
Profiles.
Yeah. Larry says, can you imagine the complaining if they release profiles in fortnightly magazines now? I know, right? Hama and Theodred were Battle Games in Middle Earth exclusive models, says Ashley. And Sam says, I remember having them mounted Theodred for about 11 to 12 years with no dismount. Yeah, remember, he used to go for stupid money on eBay.
It's never that. It's never 11 to 12 years. He didn't.
I remember that Theodred on foot used to go for absolutely extortionate money on eBay.
It wouldn't. I mean, he I think on foot Theodred must have been 2010. There's about 5 years between them or something like that, I think.
Bodyguard and no shield option, says Larry. Frederick says, you now take him over a captain. # justice for Hama. And Benji says, how's the fiefdom painting coming along, Steve? Yeah, good. Although it's a sticky subject, Benji. It's a sticky subject. I might not be able to go Throne of Skulls now just because of work and life, but we'll see.
I think there's also an outside chance he's asking you about tonight.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's going great, mate. Smashed it.
Crushed it.
Smashed it. Frederick says, then they released a bunch of better named captains. No justice for him, says Frederick. Larry says, is the reason he has heroic defense because you can't touch this? Adam says, Hama got overlooked for that company promotion he did. RIP Hama, says Benji, not great options, doesn't go to Helm's Deep. And Carl says, Hama also doesn't get the Riders of Theoden rule, so he can't get the Fight 5 like a captain. Larry says, not in any of the Legendary Legions either. Yeah, it's just been...
Poor Hama.
It's just been brushed off, hasn't he? Sam says, what's the Watchman's excuse for the late warning on the Uruk's arrival? Well, you all looked busy. Thought I'd be rude to interrupt.
That's the... while they're all having a chat.
Oh, having a chat, yeah. In fairness, says Sam, the only Legendary Legion he could do would be good warg attack, and it'll probably be a special like Hama must be deployed in an 8-inch or an enemy force. Adam says, I think his old rules allowed him to charge but not strike to wound.
Look
charge without revealing himself. My mind interpreted that sentence differently. Just check, says Adam, the OG Two Towers book, it doesn't actually say anything about Greenman not being able to charge into opponents without revealing his true alliance. Just says opponents can't strike wounds against him while Saruman is alive. Once Saruman is dead, and it's free reign against Greenman. I posted a pic of the page in the Patreon chat.
Oh, this page, you mean?
Yeah. I see a rocket ship, says Larry, but can also see two women. The rocket ship is in the negative space. Frederick says, lol.
Should we do Rorschach? Let's have a look. You're looking for a rocket ship in the negative space? Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Still two women to me.
Yeah, but stop looking at the women. Look in between the women.
I
can't stop looking at the naked women. I can't. I've never been able to. It's always been a weakness.
But you can also see the two women. The rocket ship is the negative space. Frederick says, lol, the hound's heads are rotated 180 degrees. Maybe their necks are broken. No idea what the weird circle thing is. Ashley says, are they meant to have weird, long necks folded back on themselves, like the lady's hair bit is the head?
I love it. Can I read this? I'm just reading Greenman's rules. This is so good.
Go on,
I miss this sort of stuff. This is in his rules.
Yeah.
Note, for reasons impossible to fathom, Grima is always more effective if the evil player actually makes an effort to offer bad advice and make pessimistic forecasts of doom to his victims as he follows them about the battlefield. Isn't that lovely?
Adam says, posted the same pic in the whip thread too. Sam says, it's kind of like a... What the hell does that say? Rorschach test, is it?
Yeah, Rorschach test.
What do you think you see here? I had to Google the name of it. This could be one of the terrain sections that kickstarted Lockie's terrain madness. Could be. Sam says, right, Steve starts the chat at 23:53. I know. I was going to take you to some doubles tournament, but then someone went and had a global pandemic, and we decided to do something else 2 years later.
Hama.
Man, even real life world got it against him.
You can't even get him to 7 stones. You know you're in trouble.
Yeah. Bubble God, welcome, Bubble God. Asks, Last Alliance supplement coming next? I don't think it's far off.
I think it's very far off. I don't think they're doing it.
I don't know.
They'd be mad to. I've been beating the same drum for years. I can't. It'd have to be Rings of Power related. It'd have to be Rings of Power related. And if they do Rings of Power, the Last Alliance is several years of development down the road, right? I don't think they go any. I wouldn't. If I was managing that, I wouldn't go anywhere near that.
Let me ask you this then: if they did do a Last Alliance supplement, even though Rings of Power is out and we're one series in, would it affect you buying the product?
No, but it would affect their ability to do the next product. So, say they get the Rings of Power license, they're going.
You're saying it could be 7 years down the line.
Yeah, but I mean, you're asking them to sculpt a Gilgalad for that, and then a Gilgalad for Rings of Power, and then a Lendil for that, and a Lendil for Rings of Power.
If it's not already sculpted.
Yeah. The Elrond is the grenade in there. The Elrond in Last Alliance armor is a really interesting choice.
Yep.
Because it doesn't seem tied to any current supplement.
It's as if they.
And we don't know the next.
It's as if it's been sat there.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Who knows?
I was thinking about this the other day because I feel like we've always they've been pretty good at telling us what's coming next for a long time now, and we don't know anything now. I know it's the Osgiliath set.
Well, we used to always get little hints, didn't we, at the seminars? But we've not had a seminar for ages.
Well, they had that wonderful live stream. But now I know the Osgiliath set isn't out, but we've had everything else. We had all the elves came out, and they came out September. Elrond came out whenever the BSIME meetup was, which I think was September. Okay. So that's like a couple of months away, and then we know that this supplement, this box set's coming out. But I would have thought personally that 2 months after the last release, we'd have had a preview of something else. And maybe it's just because the next thing is the box sets. They're gonna keep hype going for that. But it just struck me thinking, and as we showed, both me and you are really happy with the release schedule at the moment. But it just struck me as it seems to have been a long time since we've been shown something that hasn't come out yet. If that makes some sort of sense. But yeah, so
We'll see.
Who knows what could be next?
Might get another Warhammer TV special.
Yeah.
Sam says that sounds more like a Faramir thing, not being given his chance to prove himself. And Frederick says, "Yes, Steve, you did it. That's how you pronounce." I don't even know how I pronounced it. Toffee. I'm sticking with Toffee, Frederick.
Fifi.
To Fifi.
Here you go. Found it.
Go on.
One Ring rulebook.
Yeah.
So Return of the King is exactly the same. One Ring rulebook. The restriction ceases to apply if Saruman is staying if Greenmet charges a good model.
There you
go. It was added in for that version.
In Big Blue Book.
In Big Blue Book.
Larry says Owen Wright, I think. Don't know what else to. New high elf plastics. That's Bubble God. We hope, but I can't see it imminently. And Larry Miller says I've done it twice with my all-foot white council. What's he done twice?
Taken Hama.
God knows. Bubble God asks, does GW have an inclusion and diversity commissar who is pushing through female warriors in all new releases? You know as much as I do, my friend. Don't know. Ashley Fisher says, Hama's look to me is, where do I know you from?
Oh, hang on.
Where do I know you from? Damien gets it, says Benji. I think that was about the fiefdoms thing. Larry says, my favourite Theodred thing is how, because of the time difference in the models, they have different paint jobs on the website. The foot and the mounted version. Frederick says, smashed it. No, don't destroy your models in anger, Steve. You can still use them at other events. And the BSIME community should start a hashtag Justice for Hama movement. We need a Warg Attack Legion. That would be great, with Hama as some kind of scout bait or something. That would be cool.
That's the great thing. Even in the scenarios, I remember it's in this, The Two Towers, which would be a beautiful book. Even he gets dicked on in those. It's Warg Attack. Starting positions. I know he's not even in it. He's not even in it.
There you go.
I'm not even kidding.
At every step of his existence, he gets done over.
The book, Steve, the book that introduces Hama doesn't include him in the Warg Attack scenario. What you get is Gambling, Captain of Rohan with horse, and a Captain of Rohan with horse. The good player places Gambling and the Captain of Rohan within 3 inches of the centre of the board.
Don't need him, mate.
My memory was saying, doesn't he start in the centre of the board and he automatically gets eaten? So he's not even there.
Yeah, he's peed someone off him.
He has, hasn't he? Like Hama's like shagged the wife of the designer or something. Like, see this guy. This is a cool new profile. We will never let you use him.
Yeah. It's awesome, but you'll never use it.
Remember that one scenario he's in the film where he fights it? Yeah, he's not in it. Not having him.
Benji says, Hama also has a look of how did that army sneak up on us? He does. Sam says, the reason it was 11 to 12 years ago is because I didn't buy anything between about 06 and 12, by which time Theodred was gone, eventually caved, and was scalped on eBay with a dismount for around 15. Scalp for 15? I think you got him cheap, mate. Because I remember him going for like stupid money.
I've got a funny feeling I got him off Kev Spector. I think Kev Spector sent me him for some sort of trade.
Right.
Of all things, I think I sent Kev, I might be misremembering this, one of these pots of shining gold. Oh. You know that Rivendell commission? He's still doing it. He keeps painting Rivendell models for the same client. He's been doing it for like 10 years. He uses shining gold, and he ran out, and he basically put a call out going, has anyone still got one? And I had an unopened pot. And I feel like I sent him that, which to him was like priceless. And he was like, is there any models you're after? And I have a vague thing. I go, like Theodred or Sharky on foot. And he went, yeah, I'll send you Theodred. I'm sure it was something like that. So, yeah, that's where I got mine from.
There you go.
He'll be being painted on Theodred week.
Frederick says, I can't see a rocket ship, but maybe a remote control boat. Let's not go there again. Benji says, oh no. Here they are. Hot girls, welcome to the chat. Yeah, they're back. Larry says the talk of girls has summoned hot girls bot. Sexy bits are back, says Frederick. Everyone's laughing at Larry. It's all
Maybe
Steve's
they
fault.
do, and you
It's
come
not
and
my
our
fault.
chatter gets a bit too sexy.
Yeah, it's not my fault. Sam says Last Alliance has sadly been next since the new edition. This is true. Plastic Elrond, says Frederick, might be left from the cancelled Last Alliance supplement, and they released him as a filler release. That's kind of where I'm at, and I think we might see a Gilgalad from that as well. Whether they'll, I thought we would have seen it, like you said. I thought we would have seen it by now, but I don't know. Larry says Adam Troke said something vague about that there could be a Gilgalad, so it's definitely 100% confirmed.
He didn't. That is the worst case of internet rumours. What he said was not yet.
Yeah,
like that. That's getting. He said, I believe the exact phrase was like, "Is there a new Gilgalad coming?" He said, "Not yet," which is and people and rightly so. People have. He didn't look at the camera, going, "Not yet," like that. He said, "Not yet," which is the kind of perfect politician's answer of, "There isn't one yet. There might be one in the future." Yeah, and then
I can
exactly that sort of stuff.
Deny.
People then go, "Did you hear? Oh, was there a hint?" And then that spreads and spreads and spreads.
Benji says there's a Warhammer preview this week. Not sure if we'll get Middle Earth content now. I think it's more going to be stuff like Warhammer Fest. Oh no, Steve is back to Toffee Faye. The Alfred tournament, says Larry, kill Sauron. Adam G. The Big Blue Book solving mysteries in 2004/2005.
Great book.
Completely different armor colours and everything, says Larry. Different hair colour too. And Frederick says, so is Haleth the son of the designer's wife? It could be. Benji says, maybe it's because when you played Wargatok on the GBHL, Damien, you exchanged the captain for Hama. Maybe that's why it's in your head. Who knows?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
In 2000,
Who said that?
Benji.
Good memory.
In 2015, not for 15 quid, says Sam.
He got scout for him. He got scout for him in 15. I think he's saying in 2015. Not he got him for 15 quid.
Right. Sadly, got to go to bed, says Jill. Enjoy the rest of the stream, folks. It's been a pleasure as always. And likewise, Jill, we won't be far behind you, don't worry. Larry says, not yet. That's the same thing as next release, right? Not yet equals promised. Definitely remember it being promised, says Larry.
Yeah, equals promised soon. What the internet does.
I know. That's the chat. So I think if you are working on something now and you haven't yet posted it in the whip thread, get it in there now because we're about to dive in. It's getting on a bit. I do need to get to bed.
Rob Cron is watching from America. He's done his normal thing of not commenting.
Being rude.
He said he's very excited because we've got the exact same map in our hobby room. Nice to see you, babe. Hope all's well.
Let's have a look. I forgot how to do this stuff. Facebook. Refresh. Oh, there we go, mate. There we go. Oh, good things.
Good things. Oh, good things.
Right. I'm ready. I'm ready if you are, mate. Are you ready?
I'm just getting the comments up.
I'm busting for a wee. I'm going to try and hold it.
I believe as Joe Holzman rightly reclaimed his place.
He has, yeah. Well, he wasn't messing about tonight.
Right, so I'm going to grab a newt. Don't think record now.
Huh?
Don't think he's a record breaker.
Nah.
I don't think so. But I think we might get some Hama love. I think he's a very BSIME model, you know. People will be up for this. Cool.
So yeah, Joe Holzman. He's got a converted mounted and the nice foot one.
Is that based on the Warg attack? It just looks like gambling a head swap, I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to see.
Yeah.
Spanish chocolate, you love it. Love cheeky little B-Sun mug in the background, love it.
Yeah. Frederick. Oh, Frederick, I could eat a hot dog there now.
Or 4.
I could eat a hot dog.
Is that your pre-B-Sun dinner? You've got 4 hot dogs.
They could be really little hot dogs.
Yeah, but they're not, are they? There's enough. I think the onion and the bun and the plate. I know the plate can change, but I think we can make a sensible guess that they look like slightly longer than normal sausages to me. Are you seeing them like that?
They look average to me.
They look
like average.
I think for the width. If you look at the girth of the sausage,
girth, yeah.
For the length, I
mean,
think that's longer than average.
If I was looking at that sausage in this way, I would be more concerned about the bubble on the top one.
I know the words that are coming out of both of our mouths. I'm genuinely talking about sausages.
There is a bubble on the top one.
But that's fine because I'm just talking about sausages. Do you not think they're longer? If you look at the thickness, they're longer than the average sausage.
Yeah, they're like they're hot dog sausages, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. But they're not.
They're frankfurters.
Yeah,
right?
they're not small.
I'll be saying that wrong now, will I?
Probably.
Wow.
But 4 of them with 4 buns.
It's the bread. I could eat the sausages all day. I love a sausage.
But as of yet, French Shorts doesn't get in.
No, you're not in with those. Callum Moresman is in.
With one elf, I love it. One bonus elf.
Yeah, it's a little elf.
He is cheeky. He's right. That's a great name.
Lovely
mug in the background.
No SBG from Jill. She's got a Kinder Surprise, and those they look like the what are they called? They're the ones that are in a Warmer Quest.
It's Underworld, isn't it?
Yeah, is it Underworld? What's
Well, when I read the caption, it says Underworld. So
is it? I've not read it. I can't see. It's too far.
And that looks like that's a massive Kinder Surprise.
That does look like a big yellow, bigger than normal yellow tub thing.
Of course it is. It's huge.
It's massive. Same size as
a kid in that. Look at that toy. Look at the toy she's got. That's amazing.
Caw.
Indeed. But no Hama.
No Hama, after all that. Josh Crosby.
If there was Hama in the Kinder Egg.
Yeah, that would be
next
special. Josh Crosby is working on his Harad zombie from his last stream. Looks super awesome, mate. I love that.
Very cool, very cool. Oh, but he has made progress on a Hama as well.
And there we go. Yeah. Just got this in the mail yesterday, says Aaron, but then Doublade interrupted you. Sorry about that. It says Hammer time.
I don't think he interrupts him. I can't see anything.
It might be further down.
So Michael Doublade is in.
Yeah.
With
Warwick Griggs is in. Royal Garden Gambling from Wagatak, which will be my Hama.
Oh, nice. Nice to see some people giving Hama conversions some love.
Yeah. Mr. Haskell is in, gone for some stream snacks tonight, which I don't often do. Eaten one already. Cheeky.
Lovely to see you last night, my friend. Thank you for making the effort.
Very nice whip as well. I like the red. Popping. It's popping, that red.
You know I said it's fancy dress?
Yeah.
Myself and Michael Haskell, we went as the same thing.
Dr. Grant.
Dr. Alan Grant.
Yeah.
And Steve.
Yeah.
His so much better than mine.
Was it?
Yeah. I was like the Dr. Alan Grant you get off Wish.
Yeah, I can imagine that from Haskell. I could see he's a good fancy dresser.
He smashed it. He was great. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thing, double Dr. Grant. What a time to be like.
Yeah.
You love to see it.
Sam Page is in, and he's got some. Oh, they look nice. Strawberry milkshake flavour Bakewells.
They do look good with Hama. With what? What? That's a weird Hama, isn't it?
No.
It's not just the alternate one, is it? It looks like a slight conversion.
No.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe the second picture makes him look different. And look, he's doing the family. He's doing his kid.
Yeah, fam.
And you can see as well, he said it's a Hama that he wouldn't have painted otherwise. You love to see it.
You do.
Classic BSIME.
Ashley Fisher, going to have a go one night in this chap. Surely the only use for him is in the Wagatak scenario. Yeah, of course it is.
Which is not in.
Yeah. Got to the shade stage featuring an empty pack of crunch creams. Very nice.
Looking good, man. Looking good. Lovely model.
That's cool. Got to stop there as I'm tired and it's a school night. We'll do highlights tomorrow with Dee's hobby vlog as company. Very nice.
Oh, enjoy it.
Hammer, says Nathan. Hammer. Right, I get it. It's a hammer.
Took
me a minute. I was looking at it. I was thinking, is there models in this picture? I didn't even know.
That was a bit of a worrying delay for you there, Steve. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's late, mate. I'm tired. Sean Clark, no Hammer, unfortunately. Work starts on my Scarring army, though. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Is that Merkin Rangers? Oh, no, dwarf.
It's dwarfs, yeah.
Turns out dwarf Rangers from a distance look like Merkin Rangers.
From a distance. Mr. Max Bottle Drill, more Numenorians, clearing the backlog, good man, and a Brewdog Lord of the Rings Fellowship Pale Ale.
Have you tried that yet?
No, have you?
Is it good? No.
I just know it's going to taste like crap. Basically. Not a fan of pale ale.
No, I mean, neither.
Just Coles, no Hama for me tonight. Getting through 3 boxes of Galathram Court Guard all day. Hopefully we'll complete these two.
I don't think I've seen anyone paint them.
I've got some. I've not started painting them yet.
Is that fair? I don't think I've seen. Normally when new models come out, you see them pop up on Jupiter Shelf.
Controversially, I prefer the metal ones.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Scott Newman, yeah, no Hama paintings from my Thorin's company. Very nice, very nice.
Doing really well on those.
Yeah,
They're
they
looking
cool.
beautiful. It's nice.
Cool.
It feels like one of those just dropping every few days
on
the groups. Doing a banging job. Norrie's coming. Oh, look at that Norrie. Have you got the update pick on Norrie?
Yeah,
it's beautiful. Look at the freehand on the blue and the brown.
It's very gorgeous. Nice. I do apologise when I zoom that it's not showing up on the screen, so I zoom in and out as quick as I can. It's Facebook does a weird zoom. It's not centralised, so yeah, it's just odd. Frederick, update from me. Got some BSIME supplies, including a bunch of fancy drinks and some Tafifi. Also on the magazine, we'll be working on some classic Hama metal Mordor orcs.
Loving his picture there. He's got Hama looking concerned. Tafifi? Tofifi? I reckon he does with his 4 drinks. Is there an order to that? Do you reckon he sips more at the same time? Four different drinks seems like a lot.
Fritz Cola, right? Why is your Fanta label upside down? That's what I want to know.
That is strange. Maybe so you can read it when you drink it.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it'll be. Malton, I have no food for snacks, but I have Larry's sweat in his honour for later. Painting Hama, trying to base the dragon and starting to pin Scouring Army to bases. No, very cool. Very
God, it's
cool.
spreading. Someone else so he's in. Matt Hudson's in. And he's got... That's the first other person we've seen drinking Larry's sweat, isn't it?
The Larry's sweat.
Larry, look at the comments. Excited to hear what you think. Fresh from the fridge. I like a cold sweat. Tastes like lilt, right?
I have no clue. I don't want to taste it. I don't want to.
I tried it at some. Was it? Where was it? The meetup. Somebody brought something. It's quite. It doesn't. It obviously, in a surprise twist, it doesn't taste like lilt. Sorry, it doesn't taste like sweat. But it also, because it's clear. I was like, oh, it'll just taste like water. But I think it tastes like lilt. Also, look, have you got Matt's main picture up? The first one. With the sweat in it.
No, I've got his whip pick.
Of go back to his main one.
Yeah.
Is he watching some NFL at the same time?
Rude.
I just feel like we don't have his undivided attention.
And if I'm not mistaken, the NFL image is on top of ours. It's the first layer he's looking at. We're like in the back. We're in the background. Come on, mate. Come on,
maybe
Matt.
He's watching that and we're doing the commentary. He's watching NFL with B-side commentary. We'll keep him in though.
The whip pit's cool. Matt looks awesome. Sam's doing building something a bit stats dwarf command. Oh god, the zoom won't work. Converting Thorin on goal. It's an awesome profile when he's on a goal. He's awesome. Sorry about the zoom again, guys. It's not great. It doesn't show up on the thing for some reason. Also, building Old Dane and Thorin III. Not a fan of the latter's pick. I'm very happy with this. How this look changed. Actually changed to a hammer. Hey, a hammer. Hey.
You love to see
it. Yeah, looks good, man. Looks good. Larry Miller, barely on theme tonight, but Hama has joined some other models that have a few shiny patches that need some matte varnish.
Like an undead Blood Bowl team. What are the plastics in front of them? What are they?
The green things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they little goblins at the front?
Don't know. Maybe is it another Blood Bowl team? Looks like Look at the greens down the bottom left. That's like they're Blood Bowl trophies. Is it like an orc? Are they black orcs? Maybe are they the new black orcs? They look like quite heavily armored orcs or something.
Not a clue. Chris Cooper, all ready for the stream? Just me tonight. Ruth is in bed already.
See, Frederick's coming.
What?
Just above, could you post the foot map for the next stream date? So He said, sorry, just because he has
on.
put joking but also serious at the same time. We don't know. We think the next one will be in 2 weeks on one of those days, but we don't have it yet. But that's what we're aiming for, and it'll be the Two Towers one. We'll let you know as and when we've got it. Just Chris tonight. He's got his Hama though.
Yeah, nice colour scheme, mate. I love it when people go, kind of just do their own thing. I like it.
Oh, the blue, yeah.
I don't have the nuts to do that. Morgan Morris, he's got a Hama.
Lovely.
Lovely.
I mean, we must be close to getting a record for most Hamas painted in a year, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, we're breaking some records tonight. It's not the one we want.
Morgan Morris
awesome.
finishing it up.
Yeah, looks awesome, Morgan.
Oh, that's great, man.
Todd Egbert has got a blue ribbon Neapolitan coconut bar. I've not had one of those before. Old fashioned, it says. Old fashioned.
What is that, do you think?
Nugget, I reckon. Coconut nugget or something.
Thought maybe a kind of fudge type, a thick, sickly sweet thing. I can see that being.
Not my cup of tea, I won't lie. Ethan Walker is working on Glorphy. Oh, it's nice and clean, mate. Really nice.
Go for Todd's picture where he's got Hama's face. He's looking at that bar going, I think that'd be too sweet.
You're not going to eat all that, are you? That's what he said.
All that.
Yeah, nice work, Ethan. That looks really, really cool. Really
Beautiful
cool.
Model.
Joe Hosman is calling it a night. Some good progress there, though, mate. Really good progress.
Oh, look at that. Is that Marmite? Oh, Vegemite.
Gary George.
I love that. Because is it too stereotypical for me to assume that he's Australian? Gary George Australian?
I don't know.
Because didn't Gary George say he was tuning in this morning? Isn't it him who said that at the start of the stream?
I can't remember, mate. It was a long time ago.
But I adore the fact that there's something about tea and toast.
Yeah.
It makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Can you imagine the fact that we're here at the end of the day and he's starting his day with BSIME and some tea and toast and a Hama?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Cracking out from that red blister, that 20-year-old red blister. You love to see it. Love to see it.
He's got primed and he looks like he's got a bit of flesh done on the face.
What a way to start the day.
That's Adam's screenshot that he posted of Greener's profile. Damien O'Brien has posted. He's not got the theme. He doesn't understand what the stream's about.
I should have snuck a Hama in it. Look, I've got a mounted Faramir in the background.
Totally off theme.
Good work though, please then.
And then Larry has posted a picture pointing out that they're two totally different.
Really good
paint
too,
jobs.
Damien. Yeah, well
Crazy.
Yeah.
And that's it, mate. That's it.
That's
it. How many did we end up with?
I do. Can we notice, like, to be fair to Larry, he's quite right about they don't look like the same family, let alone the same person.
Yeah, they're totally different.
I will pop over to the emails.
Oh yeah, Joe's been here.
Eric and Joe have both been in.
Can I just say, if Joe Achille is still on, I smoked 2 racks of ribs last weekend, and I used the rub that you sent on one and another rub on the other, and it was absolutely delicious. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We have an email from Larry.
Yes.
That says roadmap.
Yes.
Appreciate that. We do have an email from Joe. He says, no Hama for me tonight, but couldn't not send an email. Here's a pic of my latest addition to my library. Wish me luck. And he's got the Silmarillion, a gorgeous looking hardback edition of the Silmarillion. I suppose wish me luck might mean that is that reading that for the first time?
Yeah, wish me luck in understanding what the hell it says.
In which case, I would say enjoy it. People often, I think, speak ill of it in some ways, and they say that it's tough and nothing happens. But once you get through the quite long verbose opening about the music of the Aina and stuff, some of the stuff in the second half of it is as good as anything in Lord of the Rings. You get all the big tales. You get the Fall of Gondolin. You get Baron Luthien. You get what's it called? The Turin, Children of Hurin. That's all in there in these kind of cool short stories. And then you get everything with Fëanor, like Fëanor and the Silmarils and stuff. I think it's great.
Nice.
Love it.
Let's do it. We're going to have to fly through now, guys. It is midnight. And my alarm call is getting scarily closer and closer.
Oh, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to believe this.
31.
We've got 43 entries. He's missed by 1.
Shut up. That can't be right.
No, we've got 14. Sorry, I miscounted that. I counted all of them 3 times. Sorry, that's my bad.
Have we got a D14?
No, we could use a D6 for this.
Yeah, good. Could we?
With minimal re-rolling. Well, we need a 5, a 5, and a 4.
Okay.
Let's use the winning D6.
Okay, let's do it.
Do it, man. So you got good odds of winning here, right? This is our lowest number of entries in a while. Yeah. Not necessarily a huge surprise for the combination of Sunday Stream and Hama, but still. All right, let's get you guys out of the way. Get you peoples watching on. All right, over we go. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, mate.
So, that all working? Happy with that?
Yep.
Lovely. So our first group, we have Joe Holzman, Callum Moorsman, Joshua Crosby, Michael Dublé, and Warwick Griggs.
Okay. So
that's 1 to 5, and we're re-rolling 6s.
Yeah.
Which we're obviously going to roll. Oh, it's Joe Holzman.
Joe Holzman.
Joe Holzman, he's made it.
He's been in a few.
Yeah, well, he's won one, hasn't he? It's not as big a deal as it used to be.
Mm.
You know who hasn't won one, though?
Who?
Larry Miller.
Larry Miller.
The People's Champion. And he's
all
in the
this
second
time.
group. Michael Haskell, Sam Page. After all this time, he's still into sweat. Into Spoon. That's better than you. After all this time, he's still into spoons. Michael Haskell, Sam Page, Ashley Fisher, Matt Hudson, and Larry Miller. Re-rolling 6. Yeah. People's Champion on a 5. Oh, Larry. Just
so close.
He's doomed.
So
he just
close.
Can't do it. Matt Hudson is into the final. And a final group, a group of 4. Chris Cooper, Morgan Morris, Todd Egbert, and Gary George, re-rolling a 5 and a 6. A 1. Chris Cooper stalls into the final.
So we've got Chris, Joe, and
Matt Hudson.
So Chris, Matt, and Joe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Joe, we've got a D3. Joe is 1.
Yep.
Matt Hudson is 2, and Chris Cooper is 3. Good luck to all our finalists.
Good luck, everyone.
First to 3 as ever.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's a 3. It's strong from Chris Cooper. It's a 3 from Chris Cooper.
He's not going to leave him on the starting line, is he?
Do you reckon? What do you think?
Ooh, has it ever happened before that?
Hard to say. There's been 70. I think he's going to do it. I think we're going to see BSIME potential history made here.
Could be.
No.
Oh,
Joe Holzman is not.
Oh, Joe, you ruined it. You ruined it, Joe. You ruined it.
Take that, screams Holzman. Can Matt Hudson do anything in the face of this relentless assault? He can't. He's done it. Chris Cooper has stormed to the title.
Well done, Chris.
Congratulations.
Well done, Chris.
Chris Cooper. I believe his first. Let me go over to our little.
Popped his cherry.
Popped his cherry Jaffa cake. It's one of the more disturbing sentences I've I can't. Chris Cooper. I don't think he's had one, you know.
Well done, Chris.
We've got a new winner.
There you go. Enjoy that Jaffa cake.
No one will ever enjoy a Jaffa cake again. And row below. So we got Chris Cooper. Oh, hello.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to jump in the chat, mate, so we don't miss anyone out. That was explaining my Owen Wright and killing Sauron comments. So, right, okay. Bubble God says, thanks for the chat, gentlemen. No problem. Adam G says, no wait for me this week, being finishing up my Doctor Strange from MCP. Should still have posted it, mate. Could have had a look. Normal size hot dogs, says Frederick. Lol. Sausage jokes in Middle Earth. SJ. Stephen Ryan says, hope the whip thread gets refreshed.
Oh no!
Don't say that. Oh no, what have I done? Says
Stephen
Frederick.
Ryan.
This is going to bring... Stephen Ryan was in, wasn't he?
No,
Don't say that.
he wasn't, mate.
Don't say that.
David, if you were in tonight and you were painting and you were on theme, next time you tell us and we'll give you an extra entry. We'll put you in twice. Both of which sound worse than they did in my head.
Stephen Ryan. Stephen Ryan.
Is he in?
He's in.
With Hama.
Damn it.
With Hama?
Yeah.
No, do you know what we'll do? Let's do a Joe Achilles for him.
Okay.
So he would have been one of 15, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm popping over here. I have a D16.
Yes.
He would have been one of 15. We'll make him number 15.
Okay.
And
so
we'll
roll 15. He wins.
Yeah. Re-roll 16. If he gets a 15, he can have a dice.
Okay, that's fair.
It's never happened. In all the times we do it for show, we never got it. Can we get the 15? It's a 4. Sorry, Stephen.
Oh, it was only 11 away. Unlucky.
Sorry, mate.
We tried, mate. We tried.
There you go. No double entry for you next time. I got it all sound. Every way I describe it sounds.
Larry says this is going to bring back the hot boys and girls. Love a sausage. Stephen Crow 2022 says Frederick. Steve, if you're working on Hama, get him on Facebook quickly. 2 seconds later. Okay, I'm ready. Larry Villa. Damien, I take it you were Dominion Alan Grant now?
Yeah, we did joke about that. Which, given that, I'm going to try and be polite here. Given that, I think Emma said that to me. She's like, "You're Dominion Alan Grant," and he's Jurassic Park Alan Grant. I was like, Michael Haskell is some years older than me. That's really offensive. But yeah, maybe.
Frederick says to Larry, hot boys and girls are waiting for you to look at their sausages. Click here to view images.
10 out of 10 would click again.
That got a lol from me, Frederick says Larry. I don't know how long the skirts on the metal ones are. Frederick says, drinking Larry's sweat has to be on future mugs. And Matt says, it was nice sweat, would recommend. I've just based Guy here and put him outside Carl Daly style. Hopeful it doesn't rain tonight. It's going to rain tonight. Frederick says, justice for BSIME. No NFL hate. Lol, actually NFL hate. BSIME over NFL now. Larry says, yeah, Blood Bowl Blackhawks. And Matt Hudson says, I had some new court guard at Element yesterday. They all died. Larry says, there seems to be
fault, is it?
a sweat NFL crossover going on. And Sam says, after Larry managed to win Strider Cup, a doubles tournament playing solo, while initially going for bonus points rather than wins, maybe his sweat has magical powers. Matt says, I don't like you can see their feet. Takes away from the gliding illusion. I don't know what it is. I think there's more detail on the metal ones. Sam says makes you roll more sixes or something. The sweat. You guys had the sound on, says Matt. Priorities. And Gary George says, yep, I'm an Aussie.
There you go.
The Vegemite give it away.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah. Benji says, same here, Gary. Joe Achilles says, I'm here, and that's awesome. Post pic Steve. They're on my Instagram. Are you on Instagram, Joe? Because the thing is, you're telling me to post pics. You're not on Facebook, so you wouldn't see them anyway. Well, I think they are. I think they are on. They're on my I Can You Can Cook Facebook group, and they are on my Instagram.
You can smoke.
I Can You Can Cook. Stephen Ryan says, guessing they aren't refreshing then. Oh well, I enjoyed painting them.
I enjoyed painting anyway.
Yeah. Larry says, I really didn't want to win on a week where I matte varnished a bit of Cloak. Silmarillion is my favourite book, says Matt. Everyone's saying congrats to Chris.
As well they should.
I want to lose a double entry, says Larry. Joe Achilles says, no offence, Stephen, but I would have lost my mind if someone else won on Joe Achilles' draw. Stephen Ryan says, "Whoa, I wasn't expecting a personal dice roll. Much appreciated, though."
We look after you, man.
I may have requested. I may have requested my post was redirected to you, Joe. If I right, okay, you'll put right. I get you. Big congrats to Christo. Played a blinder. Joe Kelly says, "Stephen, actually, you had a better shot than me. 3 years in, and I still can't win a draw. Luck is not a friend of mine."
Who's that, Joe?
Yeah, we'll get there.
What about Larry?
We'll get there, Joe. We'll get there. Benji says, "It was great to watch the stream live from start to end. Hopefully the timing works for me again. Cheers, guys. You're welcome. It was good to have you, Benji. Hope you're well and enjoy your day, man." Maybe he wants you to mail him pics, says Larry, after showing everyone his address. Joe Kelly says, "Email me, Steve. You have my email for my submissions. Let me see your first effort." He's in the email. I will do. Yeah, I'll do that.
He's asking you to send him pictures of your meat, is he?
Yeah, he wants to see my meat. Thanks for the stream, guys, says Matt Hodson, and for hosting the event yesterday, Steve. You are welcome, Matt. It was great to have you. I'll see you at Scouring, if not a fell winter in January. That is it. We are done. I am literally sat here cross-legged, struggling. So we're going to call it a night. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We did go over.
It's not a huge surprise, but we're under what we'd normally do.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone take care. We will announce in the next few days when the next stream is. I'll find out. I'll check my schedule. It is 2 Towers week.
Bring your memories of the 2 Towers, both of the film. And I've got here. It's not exhaustive, but this is the stuff you're after. Yeah. Red box stuff. We have Heroes of Hell's Deep, Fighting Uruk-hai, Warriors of Rohan, Rise of Rohan, Warg Attack medals, Captured by Gondor, Faramir's Rangers, Treebeard, the Siege Ballista, Uruk-hai Siege Troops, and then a bunch of you can have the original Metal Fell Beast, you can have Grima, Gandalf the White, the originals, Aemar, Grishnak, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what you're after. A ton of models. It won't be a record breaker. It won't be eligible because it's a kind of big entry. But there's loads of fun stuff you can dig out to paint for that.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Right, that's it. That's it from us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us as per usual. I hope you all stay safe, and yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. So take care.
Thanks so much, guys.
Bye.